Now the dream is out the bar, suitcase rolling by your side, fresh shirts waving in the wind. You earn this little sweet ride. Let the good times now begin. Feel that pull, feel that sway. Blue water calling your name. Every heart is on the move, and the whole crew feel the same. Horizon bright, breeze on, encore. Horizon bright, breeze on, encore. Take me there, on a cruise where joy can pour. Horizon bright, breeze on, encore. Horizon bright, breeze on, encore. Smile so bright, heart so free, that's the way it's meant to be.
Hello, folks. Michael Ann here. I'm the host recipient liaison from Helping Hands for Cruising, a registered 501c3 charity that puts deserving people on a cruise. And with me is our president, Sean.
Hey. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning for you. And it's supper time for me, but I had a snack, so we'll hang in there. It's a little bit. Since 2022, we've been able to send 6 incredible recipients on a cruise experience they've never dreamed they needed. This weekend, we are hosting a Spring Fling Dreams in Motion to fund our future recipients for the Heroes Cruise in 2028. These trips aren't just vacations. They are moments of healing, rest, and joy. If you're able to support, even a small amount makes a difference and helps us to continue what we started. At the top of the chat, also in the description, there is a Zeppi link. You can click on it at any time. You can make a one-time donation. You can set a monthly donation, a quarterly donation, or a yearly donation, whatever works for your budget. And you will in turn get a tax receipt sent right to you by email. Tonight, I'm hoping we are hoping to have some of our past recipients to join us. I know a couple of them are busy, but we will hopefully have them join us, and we'll be able to check in with them and find out firsthand what their experience was as recipients on a cruise. Okay.
I'm just casting my eyes over the chat there, Michael Ann. I just want to first of all say good day to some people there. We've got Chris in there. We've got Michael Ann, Michael Prong, Michael.
That's Michelle. That's Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle. Michelle in there. Michelle's having a giggle at me saying good morning. It is morning, unfortunately. It is 7 a.m. Sunday morning. So there we go. G'day, Ironfield. That's Lee, isn't that?
Yes, it's Lee.
Lee.
I learned that in Kenny's.
And of course, moderator superstar Danny. How you going, young lady?
Sean.
Thank you for your top of the morning bit. Chris is a money grabbing, hungry person that
figures you get that kind of chat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All he wants is the freaking money so we can put recipients on board a cruise ship. I don't understand him at all.
He's saying hi to all the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabby's best friend here. She's been friends since kindergarten. Her mom is a retired nurse, so she's got company right now. So hopefully we'll get Dan. If you're able to stay in chat, Michelle, that'd be great. Just let us know. I know it's 3 p.m. on Saturday here. Well, 3 p.m. there. It's 5 p.m. here.
Correct.
Sorry, 4 p.m. So hopefully we'll get Dan in here soon. Michelle is the mom of Gabby, who is our latest recipient. Just a week ago, they got off a cruise ship.
Yes, Michelle, we want you guys on board so that we can have a nice, good old chat about that cruise. So looking forward to hearing what you got to say.
Yeah, we're going to catch up and do an interview in the near future.
Good.
She's just been busy since they got off the cruise, and she's also got a new grandchild coming.
No wonder she's freaking busy.
I'll say Ross one.
Yeah, we want you to pay it forward. Yep. If we can help, if we can get you to pay it forward, that'd be awesome. Because the more recipients we get on board, the more happier I'll be.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. They're in the process, but the more we can get means the more we're going to need from.
Hey, here's a discussion that we haven't had over time, and that is, what about the personalities of the various recipients we've had?
Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say hi to Grace and Mary. And there was Amber and Scott and James and Cindy.
Yep.
So I haven't had the pleasure of meeting any of them in person, but I've chatted with them through YouTube chats.
Mm-hmm. Then Roxy.
I had the privilege of cruising with Roxy, and I came onto board 2, maybe 3 weeks after the Carnival Pride, which Scott and Amber and James and Cindy were on.
Mm.
So my first vetting experience was actually Roxy, getting her on. Very outgoing. Holy crap. That girl doesn't stop.
No. No. But in a way, she's a lot like Kenny.
Yes.
He doesn't stop either.
No.
In fact, Kenny doesn't sleep. And if Roxy didn't have to sleep, she wouldn't either.
The only time I knew she slept was the night of the meetup.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up crashing in our room that night before we went on the cruise. Dan is kind of laid back, mellow. It was a different experience.
I really call him such a gentleman, right? He's mellow, he's laid back, whatever comes, whatever doesn't, it's no big deal. It's like it's just like a big teddy bear. You just want to go and hug him.
And then my experience through the interview with Michelle and Gabby, my goodness, that girl's got bubbly personality.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I heard from some others that were on the cruise, she had such a great time. I heard she was loving everything to do with the pool and the slides. And
now, Michelle, there is one picture there that I saw where Gabby was on the side. I think she was just out of the pool or something, and she had a long face, like she was angry. She was upset. I have a feeling it was because you told her to get out of the pool. Am I right or am I wrong?
That was my thought. You made me get out of the pool. I don't want to.
Yep.
And I know she loves music too, so I hope she enjoyed the music.
Yes. Now, I've got it. You know those photos I was telling you about, Michael Ann?
Yes.
They're sitting under the accepted in the NAS drive.
Under the nominees and accepted, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know where to find them so I can do something with them.
But I just want to find the one.
Yes. All of the above. She didn't want to get out. You're right.
Uh-huh.
She was the dancing queen. Did she get the dance or YMCA? I know those are two she was looking forward to.
Can I share the screen?
Sure.
Let me just share. Let me see. I want to share. Give me some options, please. It's this one.
Lee is saying Kenny is great. I made a lot of great friends from his streams. I made a lot of great friends through Kenny as well.
Yep. Do you want to bring that one up? There you go. That one. She looks not happy, and I'm just wondering whether it was because you kicked her out of the pool or what.
She said yes, all above. She didn't want to get out. You're right.
Well, young lady, you do what you got to do.
Well, you know you have to come out to eat and make it.
Mm-hmm.
No chicken dance, but yes, YMCA was played. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, sometimes they play them both. Sometimes it all depends on what's going on and who the cruise director is. And who was your cruise director, by the way?
I looked it up and I can't remember. I know they usually play YMCA during Sail Away, and I gotta give her a heads up. Well, sometimes in the main dining room they'll do the chicken dance and the Macarena together.
Yeah.
It was after our excursion on a catamaran and snorkel. Oh, nice. In Aruba.
Nice. Well, Michelle, if you can come on up, that'd be great because I've got plenty of questions to ask you, but if not, I understand. But you know what? The most important thing I'm finding is that the recipients, whenever they get off that ship, they get off with a big smile on their face. She didn't want to get off the boat. Yeah, I can understand that. She's having way too much fun, right?
And that saddest night on the cruise, when you have to put your suitcases out there.
Yeah, the number of complaints about being evicted is huge. How dare you evict me? Nobody wants to get off the boat. Yeah, that's true. If it wasn't for Kenny, Danny would never have found this community. Well, you know what, Danny, we appreciate you, lock, stock, and barrel. We love you to bits, young lady. You didn't get the Papa Mozo Award for nothing. You got it because you're a huge supporter, and we love you for it. We really are grateful for any time that we have with you. Truthfully told.
She's a great moderator and she's a great friend.
Yeah.
I think that's our favorite thing to do, though.
Danny, here's the truth. I love it when you pick on me. She got the Fun Zone Award from the group. Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool. Oh, the other spot, if you're looking for the link to donate, is down at the bottom, scrolling across.
Yep. I was gonna say, what effect being a board member on board the cruise ship? What effect did that have on you when you were with the recipients?
I think every board member needs to be on a cruise and with the recipients, because 100%. That experience of seeing them step. I didn't get to see Kenny step on the horizon. I didn't get that visual effect, but I know later when I've seen him around and when he's on the Lido deck and just kind of sitting there looking around, and that was my first cruise too. And I'm like, I can just imagine what he's thinking. I've traveled. Kenny hadn't. So that was kind of, wow. I'm going to be here for the next week and we're going all these wild places. and doing the same with Roxy and the same with Dan. I got to see their faces coming onto the cruise. I've got video of them come onto the cruise. Roxy stepped through the doorway um, because Amy had platinum, so we got on ahead of, and then Sharon and Gary come through, and Troy and Sandy, and then V came through, and then you see Steve start coming through, and all of a sudden, just come around the corner came Roxy, and we all cheered, and she started dancing then, and I don't think she stopped dancing the whole cruise. She was smiling, she was dancing, and I was right ahead of Dan coming on, and I just turned around and it's like he's on the cruise ship, and he's just like big smile and two thumbs up.
Yeah, and I was there with my son Dave as well, as you know, and
super guy.
Oh shucks, you don't have to say that. No, but I was just watching him look at the ship, and it was like jaw hit the ground. Most new cruisers will come up and do that. I'll just look at it and go, "Oh my god, this huge thing."
Even when we were in the terminal there, and we had to wait forever because the Coast Guard decided they had to do an inspection. You can see David looking out and looking at it, like,
yep.
Because that ship was huge. I've been on the Horizon and the Breeze, which were like 134,000 gross tonnage, and this one was like 189, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely bigger. Not the most huge ship, but even on the Encore, we were going sailing out of Miami and going past the Icon of the Seas and World America, which are supposed to be the biggest ones. I didn't feel that they were that much bigger than the Encore.
No, but you know what I found. I found amazing. I don't know if you felt the same, but what I found amazing was when we got off the ship, as in we were evicted. I mean, got off the ship. I was still discovering places like Le Bistro and all the other, some of the other things that we didn't even get to see.
Yeah, I was talking about that with Kenny earlier. It's like we were on. Well, the Breeze was on for 5 days, but the other ones were on for 8 days, and there was still like those ships are so big. There was still places I hadn't gone to that I wanted to go to. Like I wanted to hang out at the Serenity deck on a sea day. I wanted to grab the fresh salad bar up on the Serenity deck. There was a couple other things. I wanted to go back to Cherry on Top on the Horizon and get the ice cream sandwich thing. Oops.
Where are we?
Let me just try this again.
I'm just looking through the chat very quickly. Chris said Kelly and him had so much fun with Dan, which was awesome. And Danny's going, awesome, Michelle, if I have time when I come to Chicago to see Big Bro and his wife. Ross mentioned he wanted for me to meet Gabby because I also have a rare syndrome. Yeah. Gabby was wide-eyed for sure. That would be great. Yeah, Michelle.
You didn't even get on all the decks.
Say again?
She said we didn't even get on all the decks.
Yeah. I can understand that that ship is the Horizon is a big ship. By the way, Michelle, did you and John get to try out the brewery? I believe Gabby was the Havana Bar queen dancing in the Havana Bar. I believe. No, you didn't get to the brewery. It was on the same deck as the Havana Bar.
I'm right here. I'm just trying to send this link to Danny's having difficulty.
Mm-hmm. Tell him his camera better be fixed. And she was the dancing queen. Yep. I was talking with Bruce, and Bruce had a bit of a chat to me about Gabby and said she would not stop. So he was most grateful to have you guys on board and appreciated everything you went through, that you had a good time. That was his big thing. So yeah, the more the merrier. The more fun times you have, the better. And as long as it puts a smile on Gabby's face, puts a smile on people's face, we are appreciative of that. We know that they will get the best experience, and that's what we want. Bruce was great. Yeah, Bruce is great, but Cindy's better. So did you get a chance to talk to Cindy, Bruce's wife? She's much better than Bruce. See, Michael Ann's not even arguing. She's agreeing with me.
I try to send this link, and I typed it in separately, and it puts a link up, but usually they put the whole thing up, and it's just a little.
Yeah, it's not putting. I don't know. And that's what I had problem getting in earlier myself. So I don't know. Chris is saying, don't forget every dollar donated helps put a recipient on board a cruise, and you'll receive a tax-deductible receipt. So all your donations are tax-deductible, so get it done, folks. Danny is having a giggle, and then she goes, I bet Michelle. And then Michelle says, yeah, yes, we did. She's awesome too. Oh, that's good. I'm sure you meet a lot of channels, Michelle. Well, on Bruce's cruise, there was something like 42 people on board. So it wasn't a small group. It was a nice, sizable group. So, and the way Cindy keeps Bruce in control is amazing. Yes, 42. That's right. Just wait until we have the Heroes cruise. We've got some big things for that cruise. That's going to be amazing if we can get it done. Curtin Marshall was one off. Yep, they were. Yeah. Tom and Terry, yeah. Anybody else you know, Danny? Give us the list of all the ones you think. Because all I was interested in was Denise and Dwayne. Yeah, how was it with Denise and Dwayne, Michelle? Ohio Travels. I've never met those guys.
Oh. I see a face in the basement.
Oh, do you?
Are you ready?
Fam. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. A few military members in our family. There you go. Oh my God, that's what he looks like.
It's Dan the
man. Can you hear me all right?
I can
Absolutely.
Hear you. Yay. And you can see me today.
Yes.
Couldn't see me yesterday.
Yeah. Why? Give me one good reason.
I don't know. Browser conflict. I don't know.
Oh, that's what you're calling it.
Well, that's what it said.
Come on, Dad.
Oh, okay.
So now you believe your computer. Okay. That's okay. That's fine.
I have that or no other choice.
How are you doing, Dan?
I'm squishy. Everywhere.
Oh, you're just a big bear.
What you got? Oh, I got a stick.
You got one of those. I didn't get one of those. I didn't even get a guitar stick.
This one scratches backs.
No, didn't you get one from Corrado?
Oh, you mean the other thingy? Oh, well, hang on. That's going to require a little bit of digging. What did I do with that?
It's in a place for safekeeping.
It's very safe. It's so safe I can't find it. You mean this?
That's correct. You got one and I got one from the same
got
hand.
I got
They're
one
just
it says its name and everything.
They're not just regular drumsticks. It has Foreign Journey on the drumstick.
It's hard to get it to. Yep.
It's all right.
Oh,
We got it.
A few people got guitar picks.
I got a guitar pick.
From Tommy as well.
Where's my guitar pick? Where did it go?
It went into my guitar case.
Well, I'm not sure where my guitar pick went. It was nearby, and now it's nearby but invisible. It's here somewhere. But yeah, I still got the stick, though. Yep.
So, Dan,
Yeah.
have you recovered yet?
Yeah.
Are you back down to earth yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
When's your next? When's your next one?
My next one, what?
Cruise.
I'm hoping to go on the 2028 cruise with the first responders.
Yep. The Heroes Cruise.
That's what I'm hoping to do.
That's what we're calling it. We're calling it the Heroes Cruise. Why? Because we're getting all the first responders, vets, Gold Star families, all of those on board. So with the first responders, we're going to end up having people like fireys, ambulance people, cops, or anybody that's involved in a first responder avenue.
That would be me. I'm one of those. Only I do communications instead of EMS. People get confused. They don't know there's different kinds of first responders.
Correct. 100%.
So there's the emergency first responders, and then there's the disaster first responders.
Correct. And we're putting them all on board.
Another one that goes through all the trauma too is the dispatchers.
Yeah. They're emergency first responders communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching was the New South Wales one, Sean, and it's like see them sitting there talking to the police, fire, or mostly the ambulances, say, they're trying to talk to this person and find out what's going on and keeping them calm and maybe giving them instructions in CPR or how to deliver a baby while they're talking to the ambulance over here to let them go what's going on. I was like, oh my God, that's stressful.
It sure is.
You sometimes, when you're wearing your headset, you might have two different inputs, one different input into each ear, and you just balance them out.
Man, my brain can't do more than one thing at a time. How does yours do three?
I'm not sure.
Yes, we're including nurses in that lot as well, Michelle. So don't stress. We want anybody who's involved in frontline. Doesn't matter whether they are EMS or, as Dan says, standard emergency response. Or standard response. For anybody who's in a first response line, that's what we're looking to get them on board that cruise ship.
Yeah, we're looking if there's first responders and that from 9/11, we'd love to have them on board too. Because they're, when that 343 of your fiery colleagues are no more because of that, and you're out here still taking out survivors or non-survivors. Anyways, we're here to talk to Dan. What did it mean for you to be selected as a recipient?
Oh, it was great. It was wonderful. Well, and I didn't expect it. I did not expect it. I didn't know it was coming. And then it was held back from me until it was official. And then it was official, and then everything went very quickly, and then everything slowed to a screeching halt almost. And that's not anybody's fault. Like I said last night in the thing, that when the government shut down, that kind of threw a wrench in all the works. We couldn't get anything done anywhere for for any amount of trying. So everything ended up going last minute, and it wasn't optimum, but it worked. So you can't fault it for working.
Yep.
So I got there. I got to the destination. We got to Miami. I was famished, though, when I got there, because there was no Thanksgiving dinner in the airport. There was none of that.
Hey, bye, Lee. Thank you.
But it was good. So when I found out, a lot of things entered my mind, because I hadn't really been out to sea. I hadn't really been on a ship. I haven't done any of that. Hadn't had the opportunity. So this one came along and just, like I said, fell in my lap. And then I've been pretty excited. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? I said, well, I didn't want to go crazy. So I didn't add a whole bunch of stuff in my head. I thought, maybe it's best if I don't have an agenda, and if I use it more for healing instead of bucket list. I didn't want to do the bucket list thing. I didn't feel appropriate doing the bucket list thing. The bucket list wasn't fulfilling to me. What was fulfilling to me was going to commune with all the energies that were available to me in that space. Being out in the middle of the sea, talk to the water, all the stuff, listen to all the things. So my silent agenda was a spiritual journey, and my physical agenda was have as much fun as I could stand without causing myself any grief.
Did we fulfill any of them? Did we fulfill them both?
Yeah, I did it all.
Was there
very, very good.
Was there a moment during your cruise that stood out to you?
There was a lot. I really appreciated being seen and heard, because sometimes in life you don't feel seen or heard. Everybody was very warm and receptive. The cruise staff were fantastic. Didn't have any problems. Even the other people who were on the cruise, because there were another 3,000 people, 4,000 people, something
like that.
And I didn't see anybody have any issues. Maybe I saw two guys that celebrated a little bit too hard. That happens. I'm surprised that I only saw two of that.
Yeah, it was pretty calm.
Out of all the people that were there, I was amazed how many kids were there too. There were a lot of children running around. There were youth groups. There were stuff. They had their own. They had their own deck. I think deck 5 was like the youth deck. That's where the arcade was, and the swim lessons and all the other stuff that they do on the ship for the kids. I think they had like a play area or a nursery area, and all that was down on deck 5. That was pretty. I just walked through. I didn't stop anywhere when I doing my cruise looking, because I ended up walking just about all of the ship. Eventually, I got to almost all the ship. The only place I didn't get to was the back, where everybody was meeting. All the couples would go in the back and watch the sunset and stuff. So I missed that part, but I had lots of sunsets.
You didn't get to see the sunset?
Oh, I saw sunsets and I saw sunrises too. I was on a really good schedule somehow, where I was waking up about when the sun come up, and I was going to bed about 9 or 10, which was fine. So I didn't do any of the late night stuff. I guess there were some activities like up until like 1 o'clock. I kind of petered out about 10 o'clock. So that was fine with me.
Let me just jump in a second here, Dan, because I'm looking, and Michelle Gabby's mom is saying, they tried to do at least one thing on each island. Gabby was so tired afterwards that she was out cold, snoring in 5 minutes, and she totally agrees the staff were wonderful.
Yeah, all the staff that I experienced were absolutely amazing. Everybody was very friendly. Everybody spoke English, which was handy for me. That worked out really well.
Let me correct that. Everybody spoke American. You don't speak English.
Well, I don't know if any of them were American, but I understood what they were saying. So I'm going to say, for the practical aspect of that, I understood everybody, the staff, everybody, everything.
They communicated well enough.
Everybody did pretty well, from no matter where they were. And there wasn't really anything not for me. I didn't have anything pressing going on. I didn't have any issues. I didn't get seasick. I didn't have nothing. All I had to do was enjoy myself, which I tried to do as much as I could. And I forgot who I was telling, but the cruise was very well balanced for me, because when I didn't want to be around people, it was great. And when I wanted to be around people, it was great. And it just worked out in like a perfect timing, that when I needed private, quiet time, if I needed to go have a cry or do whatever I was doing or feel whatever I was feeling, I was free to do that in a quiet, private space, which is one of the things I was excited about getting to, was that kind of sanctuary out at sea. That was really nice. And then when I was ready for people again, it was like, hey, we got a thing. Oh, we're doing an interview. Oh, we're having dinner together, whatever. And it's like, go, 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 go. And then stop. And it all just worked out. Just for me, it was perfect timing on everything.
This for you and for Michelle, what was your favorite part of the cruise?
All the fun people, all the fantastic food. I was very well cared for in the food department.
Boy, were you ever. You had private assistance.
Yeah.
I had VIP experience. I don't think that I would have had that otherwise if I hadn't have made that connection. It was the first day, and it was just absolutely wonderful. And I'm curious on my next cruise if they can measure up to what I experienced on the first go. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to match that. It'd be great if they can. I don't know. I'm open to it. We'll see what happens.
I think you find different things. Because I tried to measure the breeze to get the horizon, and then went on the Encore, and it was like, well, yeah, I love this. I missed this, but wow.
Yeah, it was a really good ship as far as from all the other ships that I've seen in the video. Since I kind of prefer the Encore, I'm glad that was the first ship that I got to experience. I'm really interested to see the Aura, which is coming out in the middle of next month. They're going to release it for service. Their newest ship. That'll be nice. I don't know. Maybe I can watch that on YouTube or something. Watch them launch the ship. Yeah, they are. Well, I guess Encore's like the number one cruise line right now.
Encore is the biggest NCL ship they have that's sailing right now. There's a couple that are a little bit bigger. We passed both of those, and they didn't seem all that much bigger when we were sailing out past.
Well, they did that one ship that was humongous. It was like 36 stories, and we were at 22 stories or something. It was. I forget which one, and it was twice as wide.
That was the Icon.
The Icon.
Yeah, that one. That thing was absolutely massive.
They're a little wider across the beam, but they're all about around 20, 21, 22 decks.
Well, that's where we were, but not the Icon's like 30 something.
No, they're all leveled out at about 20, 28, but the beam is the wider part. So what they do is they slot a whole lot of cabins down the side with a space in the middle. Well, the World America's the same.
Catch up on that on next Thursday because I did my research.
Oh, okay. All right. So did we accidentally do a warm up to the intro to your next thing?
I've already mentioned like the big, but I'll talk about that next week on my life. Food was awesome. Favorite island was Bonaire. We did a best of Bonaire tour and a glass bottom boat tour. Very cool.
Now, Michelle, we did that tour. But what we did when we were in Bonaire is we actually got onto the golf carts and did a run around the island on the golf carts. That was awesome as well. And I saw some pictures with you guys at the slave huts and also in the salt mines and also at the with the flamingos. Wow, I tell you what, that island is so beautiful. Bonaire is just amazing.
Yes, you got chunks of salt.
Yeah.
That was my one regret on Bonaire because I knew there was stores that sold the salt, and when we got off the golf carts, I went back to the ship and forgot to go to the stores to get some salt. But I know I was talking to some of the group. The golf carts were gone fast when they were trying to look at them.
Yeah, they were going fast, but I tell you what, it was well worth it.
That's one of my shells from Belize.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I also got a chunk of shell.
Yeah, you did better than Ilana, right?
Yeah, I could get stuff from Belize. I couldn't get anything from Georgetown. They wouldn't let me bring any coral from Georgetown.
Bastards.
Or any shells. Yeah. Yeah, I had some really nice chunks too, but
I did get some sand.
You got some sand? I don't really have a place to store sand, and I didn't really have a good way to carry sand.
I finished my jar. I'm not going to try to get any more sand. My jar's finished. It's full.
Unless you got a new jar.
Can you not give her any ideas? She's going to sink the ship with all the sand she's going to carry.
No, I highly doubt that.
Yeah, it's challenging because they can catch you and you have to say goodbye to it. But
yeah.
Did you try anything new,
Chris?
Or Dan?
Chris says he's got to go.
All right, mate. Catch you later.
Later, Chris.
Thanks for coming in.
I didn't do anything. I went swimming in Belize with Alana. I tried to go swimming in Honduras. That turned into a nightmare. I didn't care for Honduras. I've been vocal about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Chris. Maybe we should have a chat sometime soon. Might be rattling your cage later. You've been warned. And then, and then we got to Grand Cayman, and then, oh, wow, we all jumped into a cab, and we all went to that 7-mile beach, and the waters were clear, just like being on land, only underwater. You could see a really long ways underwater. Yeah, I wish I could have grabbed maybe some coral. But yeah, from Georgetown, I wish I could have grabbed a couple of things, but it's all right. I was able to get what I could get. Got some nice souvenirs. Got a gabillion memories. Got some really cherished feelings. A fantastic amount of fulfillment occurred. That was unexpected. When you go on something you've never done before and you don't know what to expect. So you're expecting the best, but you're also expecting the worst. And you kind of get into that slinky conundrum thing. Is it good? Is it bad? And you get there, and I just tried to be neutral from all of that and just go, let's see how good of a time we can have with the least amount of effort. And that was fantastic. See, that was a good compromise that she made there.
Yeah. You probably would have had a slightly different experience if you would have gone on an excursion out of the port, because on some of the excursions they actually did get to a bit. Well, like we did, we got to a beach and had a chance to get into the water.
Oh, that would have been good. But I
Yeah.
didn't. None of the excursions appealed to me. Sorry, hold on a minute.
We got a private excursion actually, so that's when our whole family got together and we went and we had experience with. Both my cousin and Dave got to open up the coconut husks, which was fun.
Yeah.
And then we went down to a beach and we had a swim on the beach. Well, we had to swim in the ocean, not on the beach. How can you swim on the beach? That's sand.
Well, if there's a public beach nearby, but you went on an excursion to reach a beach.
Yep. And then we went in the ocean and had to swim in the ocean. We didn't swim on the beach because the beach was sandy. That's all right, Dan. Don't worry.
No, it's just that I got a notification because there's a fire in the county and it's nowhere near me. But
well, that's good.
My system is alerting me that there's stuff going on. I won't be activated for that. That'll be somebody else's thing. Oh, let me see. There's a question. What was your reaction when you meet all these people that were on your group cruise with you? Well, it was interesting because my travel day just happened to be Thanksgiving Day. And I had to catch 2 flights. I had a short layover in Austin, Texas, which is funny to me because I used to live not far from there before I came to California. So I was kind of like I was in Missouri, then I was in Texas, and then I was in California. And so it's Thanksgiving Day. I'm catching a flight. I'm waking up at 3 a.m., going to the airport at 5. We left at 6 something. And we flew to Austin, Texas. I had a 1 or 2 hour layover there. And I didn't have any, all I had was cash. I didn't have anything on my card. And sadly, in the airports, they're all cashless pay points. They don't take any money. And so I was stuck. I thought, well, okay, I couldn't do much there. Then left out of there. We landed in Miami. Dewey picked me up. That was nice. So I got to meet him for the first time. He took me to the hotel where I learned I'd be rooming with Sean's son, which I wasn't mentally prepared for. But I didn't have anything against it either. I just didn't know what to expect. But I thought, he's Australian. This is going to be great. Because Australians have a reputation of being quirky. And I love quirky. It was perfect.
Don't tell everybody. They want more.
I'm pretty sure it's an obvious kind of statement. I don't think I'm saying any state secrets or anything when I say
no, you're
something
not.
like that.
You're fine.
So got in there, met David, explained, he asked me if I needed or wanted anything. And I said, I'm famished. I need to eat something. And he said, well, we all had dinner at this great place across the street. And it happened to be like just about the only place that was open. And for me, and it was like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. It was really late. But I was famished. And he said, oh, we just had dinner over there. And I said, well, did you have dessert? And he said, no, not really. I said, well, if you'll go with me, I'll get you dessert. And he agreed. So we went over. And then before it was all said and done, he said, I'm not going to let you pay for this. I said, well, all right. I'll get the tip then. I'll do the tip part. So David surprised me with a nice Thanksgiving meal, which was some kind of Cuban sandwich and some fried plantains. It's pretty interesting stuff. But I was there to experience new and interesting things. So new and interesting is absolutely what it was just about the entire time because I didn't know nothing and it was all interesting. So yeah, that's good. And
you should have heard what Dave said about you. Seriously.
Well, it's all right. Dave can say whatever he likes.
No, it was all good.
Yeah, I know it was all good. David had a really good. David didn't know that he talks in his sleep. Nobody's ever witnessed that before. So I got to tell him all about himself.
So what did he say?
Oh, he had entire conversations that were in mumbleese. He spoke in mumbleese. Kind of, mumbleese. But it was man, he went on. He was doing some real good speeches. It was great. I told him I wouldn't tell anybody, but he said it didn't matter. But he was amazed that he was having he was pretty lively when he was asleep. He didn't know, so I shared
a
with
lot
him.
of things going on in his head.
I said, "Am I doing it? Am I giving away any state secret?" He said, "Nope. When you go to sleep, you're gone." I said, yeah, "All right, good. See you in the morning." Then we got up in the morning. We had some kind of breakfast, and then it wasn't long after that we were off. We were off to the ship. We jumped in a van bus thing because the other shuttle service or something it fell through or something. There was all kinds of shenanigans going on, but we all muddled through. We all got through pretty good. I just did what I was told. Dan, we need you over there. All right, over there I'd go. Dan, we need you over here. All right, I'll go over there. And just whatever to help smooth things along. I just didn't want to be a burden, I don't feel I was a burden.
No, you weren't. You were not a burden at all.
So I just went with the flow and just let all the planners plan. And it wasn't my job to plan. It was just my job to go along.
Yes.
I just went along as best I could, and that was it. So is it hard to do? No, just you're in this group, and I don't know how many were. When we shuttled over, we were in a group of like 10 or something, 8 or 10. And by the time we got to the ship, it had tripled. And then while we were waiting to board, there were like 50 of us, something, 40 or 50 of us. So wow, what a group. So I didn't have to worry about anything. I was guided pretty much everywhere I needed guidance. Any questions? I got to my cabin without a problem. I think I was the first person to get their luggage. Because when you first get on the ship, they don't give you your luggage. No. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go see if I can get into my room. And I could get into my room, but my luggage hadn't arrived. And everybody had planned to meet. I forgot where the first meeting was. Was it the observation deck or the buffet? It was either deck 15 or 16, I think, something like that. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go down early because I was a little bored and I didn't have my luggage. I thought, I may as well go down. And as I was walking down to go down to the meeting early, I found my luggage. So then I went and I was able to get my luggage, get it in my room, do a quick change of clothes, a quick freshen up, and then go. And then I ended up perfectly on time. So it all worked out. And I asked anybody else, y'all got your luggage? No, we won't have it for hours. Oh, well, I got mine. All right, just so you know. You don't have to worry about me and my luggage. That was good.
See, you had special treatment, and we didn't even ask for that special treatment.
Because he's special. He's a special guy.
Special. I don't know.
Special treatment. He got his luggage early. The rest of us
got my luggage early because I saw it sitting on a dolly, and the girl that was trying to push it, I said, "That's mine." She says, "Here, you can have it." She just she wanted to get rid of it right now. And I said, "All right, I'll take it off your hands." And she had both pieces, so it was wonderful. She had my.
Did you find it hard?
Did I find
when you
what?
packed for the cruise? Did you find it hard to pack for the cruise?
No, I didn't find it hard to pack for the cruise. No, I took my time. I took everything I thought I needed. I was able to take a fan. That was good because they didn't supply a fan for the room, and they allow little fans. And I just had I don't know, it's a little, just a little personal fan thing. If you go on a cruise, take hangers. take a couple of plastic hangers with you and make sure you got some clothespins. So I had a couple of hangers and a couple of sets of clothespins. And what that was for is I could hang up wet stuff in the shower, and I could clip it on so it wouldn't fall off. And I got that tip from my friend Ray in Booterum. He's in the Sunshine Coast, and he goes on cruises quite often. And he said, whatever you do, take some hangers. And so I thought that was a good tip. That was one of the best tips. So have a fan, have some hangers, have some clothespins. What else? I did everything else. I was able to take all my personal stuff. That was all fine. I didn't have any problems with any personal items or medications or nothing. Nobody asked me anything. It was just fine.
That's good. Michelle, I just wanted to put a message out to you for a minute. You got the award for what? For the most what?
Most luggage for 3 of them.
Yeah. Ask Michael Ann. I'm only allowed a Ziploc bag.
He is.
Michelle said they brought rechargeable fans and folding hangers, magnetic hooks too. That's good.
I brought a little rechargeable fan this time, and then I never ended up using it. The hangers I haven't had any problem with. Magnetic hooks, I brought them, and I think I used 2 out of 10.
Roxanne, what do you mean StreamYard is wrong?
My internet glitched there for a second.
Yep. Roxy's got a message there. StreamYard is wrong. I want to know what she means by that. And
I had sent her the link earlier, and it's not coming up.
Oh, okay. Michelle also said that they had 9 pieces.
They had 3 pieces for each person.
OMG.
Well, everybody tends to overpack the first.
How much of it did you use? That's the question.
I used everything at least once. And some stuff I used multiple times, which is another reason why I was really glad I had the hangers, because I could wash out clothes in the sink and I could hang them up. And if I did that at night, when I woke up in the morning, they'd be dry and ready to go. So when we had the cruise shirts and we were having to wear them for multiple events, I was able to wash mine out and dry it before I used it each day.
Oh, so you smelled better than the rest of us.
So I smelled better than the rest of you, but I didn't want to say anything out loud. So thanks for noticing that.
Dan. Seriously?
Yep. The hanger saved my life.
No wonder I spent a fortune on deodorant.
Well, not for me, you didn't. For everybody else?
No, for me.
Oh, for you?
For me.
Because you didn't have a hanger? You couldn't rinse out your stuff?
Well, all I had was my Ziploc bag. Come on, let's get serious.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe next time bring 2.
I had enough clothes. I was doing pretty good. But then the one night, Crystal decided she wanted to send some stuff to the laundry, and she just goes, and our steward Daryl brought the bag, and she goes, stuff it in as much as you can. And it's like, she goes, you got stuff? And so I put some stuff in. And then she goes, oh, come on, you put it all in. So our bag was stuffed to the gill. And then the next morning, when we went for breakfast, came back, and it all was nice and folded, sitting on my bed. And I was like, oh, that's not so bad, but I wouldn't do it to pay for laundry. I'd rather wash out 1 or 2 pieces if I needed them, and like you did. I
didn't have enough to justify the service.
Yeah,
it was made available, but I said I'm not going to send one thing. I'll just rinse it out myself. I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah, and
it wasn't that critical of a thing. If I had been on a hit TV show or something and every detail had to be perfect, then maybe I would have. But otherwise, I'd just rinse it in the sink and dry it, and I'd be fine.
I did very good with my white shirt to keep it clean. I didn't slop anything on it. Oh, we got somebody else in the basement.
Hello.
Hey, Roxy, how you going?
Doing great.
That's good. Have you recovered from your cruise yet?
Yeah.
I was expecting you to say which one.
Oh, yeah. Which one? I booked a fifth one coming up in February 27th.
Fifth. You're better than me, seriously.
She's going
Now,
with
now,
Scotty.
uh, I
That
feel
one.
sorry for you.
Yeah. Going with Scotty.
I really feel sorry for you. I know what
Well, I would
Scotty's
go with
like.
you, but I can't get across America, the U.S. So.
Hey, we're talking with Dan about his experiences on his cruise. First time you went on the Put a Lime in a cruise. How did you go?
I loved it. It was when I first got on there. I did bring seasick medicine. Used it one time and forgot to use it the rest of the time. So I didn't get seasick, so I had a great time. Food was good. Company was good. I like the smaller group than I did the larger group, but it was fun.
What was the first thing that went through your head when you saw the ship?
Wow, this is big. And it was one of the smaller ships.
That's one thing I am glad of. I got video of both of you stepping on your ship and the look on your faces.
Yeah.
And
Then,
Dan's
yeah. They caught me dancing when I got on the ship because I'm looking at it. It's all decorated for Halloween, which that's one of my favorites because my daughter was born on Halloween. And when you get on a ship decorated like Halloween, you're going, wow,
She walked on and she's
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's an observation from my point of view. I was watching both Dan and Roxy on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise. Now, Dan was just quietly dancing in the background, an odd sway here or there. Roxy, bloody hell, get the stage out of the way. Here comes Roxy.
Yeah. That's me. Love to dance.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
How would you describe helping hands to someone who's never heard of it?
How would I describe it? Caring people who like to see people, no matter how handicapped you are or how down in the dumps you are, that there's someone's gonna be there to pick you up. You gotta make a friend for life. And I've made friends for life. Took my husband to die to do it, but I made friends for life. So
How about you, Dan?
I explain it more like what it is. It's a charity. It does this great service. It sponsors a person a year thereabouts. At least that was up until recently. And yeah, so I just tell them how it is. Say, look, it's this charity. It does this. They do these cruises. They sponsor a person. That person can go and experience everything that's available. I explained that I got to experience it as a recipient. It was fantastic. Highly recommend it. It's a great charity to support. It deserves support. So I explain it, as it is.
If you could describe your experience in one word or sentence, what would it be?
Fulfilling.
It's a good word.
Roxy?
I don't know. Heavenly, God sent.
It's interesting because thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that. It's interesting because you said something earlier on, Dan. You said it's an opportunity for you to get whatever it is you want out of it, and we're excited by that fact. If you're going to get good stuff out of it, it's fulfilling for your mind and improving for yourself, then it's life changing. Good word, Chris. then everybody's going to benefit. Not only you, but the person who's actually with you on board. So glad to hear that.
Well, I had a question earlier I skipped over. It said, did the trip give you something you needed at the time? Rest, joy, connection, healing. And I think Dan already answered that in his.
Yep.
It's kind of all the above. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, it was healing, wonderful. Because joke at our house, I told my husband he worked for an airline, he was an aircraft mechanic, but he couldn't fly that well because he got vertigo. He wanted to be a pilot, couldn't fly. We go on a boat, one of these little casino boats, and he gets sick 5 minutes after getting on the boat. So medic's looking after him. And I said, I want to go on a cruise. He goes, bye, have fun. I'm not going. So I went and I had a blast. And I'll do it again in a heartbeat.
It's addicting.
It gets addicting. Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it. Where else can you go? You get on board this thing, you empty out your bag or suitcase or backpack, whatever, and you just the next 3, 5, 7, 25 days is yours. You're just having fun.
Yeah. Not thinking about what you left at home. You know, you might worry about, well, I hope the dog's okay with the neighbor or at the vet. Hope she's doing great. But other than that, you don't worry about anything.
And you can do as much as you want or as little as you want. You can eat where and when, how you want.
And the best part I find is you can actually get to see that people have legs, not just the top part.
Yeah, I really can't see anything here. I've seen you all. I know you all have legs.
That's cool. Michelle says you can also pick and choose what you want to do or rest by the pool. Absolutely. And you know what the best is, Michelle? The best is you go, I'm hungry. Waiter, bring me food.
Yeah.
No need to cook. So the worst part is when you come back off the cruise, it's, do you think we can get, we don't have the steward here. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, Michael Ann. The plate.
I got lucky. Not that lucky. I was fortunate when I got home. I arrived and came home here, and I thought I was going to be like that when I got home. My son cooked for that day and the next day. It was like 3 days home before I had to even cook again. So that was a great homecoming for me. Because I had visions of doing that. Yeah, here's my card. Please bring me a drink.
A drink. Yeah, that's right.
Well, when you're on the Lido and you're the horizon, at the most you have to walk from there to here or over to here to get a burger or tacos. Don't you have to go that far?
What was your favorite lunch on the ship?
Probably the buffet. That might have the buffet.
Dan?
My favorite meal on the ship was the teppanyaki grill. Because I could go in there and tell them, because you go in there and they're going to put garlic on everything. I can't have raw garlic. I powdered garlic, but they don't have powdered garlic. So they left it off. And that, and I like that about NCO. They let you choose, what if you couldn't eat on anything on the bar, they would cook it for you in the back.
What about you, Dan?
Dan?
I enjoyed breakfast. Very good. Lunch, I would do the buffet at lunch, and I would just go with whatever I saw available that I was feeling that day. And then, I enjoyed it all, though. And dinners was really good. And as far as favorite place, my favorite place was Cagney's, like Chris just said. Cagney's was awesome. If I had known how good it was, I'd have gone several times instead of just the once.
Okay.
Yeah, we were confused all around. I mean, we enjoyed the teppanyaki, we enjoyed Cagney's. My favorite lunch was hamburgers, like just the hamburger meat. That was awesome. I must say, to be quite honest, and I've tried them both. The one on NCL was much nicer than, sorry, guys, much nicer than Guy's Burger. I'm sorry, but that's the way it works. I much preferred those.
Quite often had the burger with just cheese on it on NCL with my lunch. The only thing I really liked about Guys, besides they had the gluten-free bun when I asked for it, but I liked the barbecue sauce. The Guys, brown sugar bourbon or bourbon brown sugar barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I can find it. I can find every one of the Guys sauces in Walmart here and Walmart in Port Huron, except that one. That's the one I really want. But I quite often ate in the buffet for breakfast and lunch, and then we did various places for dinner.
Chris, you're right. Let's be honest. The main reason why it was all awesome was we didn't have to cook it. The secondary reason why it was awesome was because some chef cooked it, and the chefs have been training for 1,000 years to get their stuff right. So I'll go with that.
Fill your plate, bring it to the table, eat it, and also you turn around and it's gone.
Yep.
I didn't have to clean up afterwards.
Correct. What more can I say?
I love being waited on. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, talk about that. As you know, my mom came with us on the rock and roll tribute cruise, and the waiter that we had with our family, so it was my mom, my sister, and I, her partner, Ilana, Dave, my mom, and my cousins. And the waiter came up and he started talking to my mom, and then he picked up her serviette and he started folding it, and he folded it into a rose. And while he was folding it, he was singing her a love song and gave it to Mom. And I tell you what, Mom will carry that to the grave because that was the bestest experience she ever had.
And that was awesome on that cruise too, was to meet your family.
Yeah. Oh,
your mom.
I meet them all the time.
They're all lovely people, just like you and Alana. And I was just like, they're all so nice. And
we try.
I was missing my kids.
Mm.
I had David there, and David's like in between the ages of my two sons. So it was almost like having a kid there.
And David kind of felt like he had built a. Yeah, that's right, Chris. You're right, Ilana. Anyway, yeah, I'd agree with that statement. Now, David kind of felt that he was there. It was his first cruise as well, right? And he enjoyed the cruise, but he kind of felt like he was really useful. Not only was he MC for our function, but he was also fulfilling a lot of opportunities for people. So it was good.
Gabby loved dancing with the waiters at Reflections. I hope somebody got video.
Yeah. We hope videos were taken.
That was one of my favorite things to video on. More so on the Horizon. I did a little bit on the Breeze, but we were back in a dark corner on the Breeze, so it was hard to video the servers dancing around and sing the music and all that.
Michelle says she did. They got video of it. Awesome. Please share.
Good morning, sweetheart.
God. Now I've got to be careful. Morning, honey.
Yes, Chet was getting some video and pictures too. He said he would share with with me.
That's good.
They were on a road trip today.
There you go. There you go. Ilana. What do I get from Danny? Sean.
No,
If Dan, I got some news for you. The Australian side, everything is in the hands of our solicitors at the moment. Once that is completed and we've got the finalisation, we can go ahead with that recipient of yours.
I'll do that. I'll do that video then.
Now, talking about that, how does one become a recipient? Well, let me give you guys a bit of a heads up. What we simply need you to do is we simply need you to put together a 2 to 5 minute video telling us why you're nominating that person, why you feel they deserve the cruise. That then goes to the board, and then the board, well, Michael Ann, and then the board will have a look at it and discuss it, and then we'll proceed with it. If they're successful or not successful. If they're not successful, we'll notify you and let you know why. If they are successful, we'll let you know and tell you why. And then the rest is, well, it was really a hard go for you, wasn't it, Dan, when you found out you were a recipient?
Yeah, well, it was all secret until it wasn't.
way to go, Roxy.
It was all secret until it wasn't, and then there I was. Well, like I say, and then the government shut down, complicated things, but it managed.
Don't worry about the government. We fixed those people.
Yeah.
Everything worked out for the best, and
Yep.
everything happened, and
Did you see what Ilana said?
Yep.
Oh, there's the treasure again.
Oh, God. Chris, can you give us a heads up on funds raised, please? See, there she goes. What's up, Ilana? That's Danny. I mean, seriously. G'day, Sean.
I've had a donation of $100.
Awesome.
I'm up to 200 for this weekend.
Awesome. Fantastic. And we need more. Have to look. Oh, Chris, come on. Seriously? I would have thought, being treasurer, I would have thought you would have had your finger on the pulse. But no,
seriously. I know what I've done this weekend. I've done $200, so.
Yeah.
I didn't do my work. Thank you, whoever might be lurking and donating. I appreciate you and love you.
I will say, for all those who have donated over the weekend so far, we really do appreciate it. You're looking at two people here that appreciate it, because if it wasn't for those donations, they would not have gone on their cruises. They would not have had the experience.
Now, did you get the cruise bug, Michelle, as in you're addicted to it? And hopefully not the cruise crud bug.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm glad you clarified that.
Okay, then I'll take the 200 and buy lottery tickets. Actually, maybe I'll take it down to our Chase the Ace thing at the Legion. See what happens.
I like the way Chris says $1 million. I'm just imagining the finger going in the mouth while he's saying it. $1 million.
Well, we have a Chase the Ace thing going on at our Legion, and the latest amount, it's up to 1.4 million.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they're looking forward to going again. And no, not the nasty bug.
Oh, that's good.
I wouldn't call it cruise crud. I got after got off the Horizon. I had the C-19, but I can't say it was a Horizon. That could have been the hotel. It could have been the airport. It could have been the airplane.
Who knows? Well, actually, I do get the cruise crud every time we get off a cruise. I go, crud, I've got to do this all over again. Rebook, go and get paid for the damn thing, get onto it. You know, Michelle says they all came home healthy. Awesome. You know what? If you follow the rules and the regs, wash your hands regularly before you go in to eat, sanitize whenever. The important thing is that you're never going to, I don't believe you're ever going to come off there sick. As long as you follow all the rules and regs.
Before and after lunch, or were you going into, and I noticed it didn't do it in the other restaurants and that, but going into the buffet, washy, go ahead, spray my hands with sanitizer, good. And then come out and don't touch your face after you've touched things, like wash your hands.
You sure? Why not?
I don't know. This might.
Oh my God. Ilana's going, Chris! Yes, seriously. Now I'm in trouble.
Well, I noticed that this one, where to go. There you go.
No, I think that's just Sean.
Oh.
You know, when Danny and I actually get into the same location at the same time, she's going to have the biggest hug. She won't know what hit her.
So, Danny, that means you need to get to Port Canaveral in 2028, whether you go on a ship or not. I think we should just kidnap her and take her on the ship. Like, we got enough medical people that know stuff. We just kidnap her and take her along.
Absolutely. Maybe she can force Mom to come along with her.
Yeah, at least have to come for the meetup.
Yep, at least the meetup.
There he goes, threatening to leave again. Bye, Chris.
Oh, so now you've been called by the puppy. The puppy has told you you've got to get off, right?
Okay. Puppy's going, come, Chris, come on, Chris.
Feed me. What is it? It's 6:23 your time.
Yep.
That would be cool.
Michelle, that'd be awesome. It is the Heroes Cruise. We'll be putting together, I know Bruce might have mentioned it on board the ABCs, but we'll be putting together, we're just waiting on the final itineraries and the actual ship to be released. We will be sailing out of Port Canaveral. The goal is the eastern or whatever, that Caribbean side where we're taking in St. Thomas and all those places. So that's kind of like the goal at this point. We have to wait.
I'd like to go to those ones because I'd like to go to some other Diamonds International and add to my charms on my bracelet.
Ah.
Yeah, I love the Diamonds International and the FE store, all the little charms you get.
Right,
Oh, you're beginning to sound like Dewey.
Effie.
Yeah.
I've got lots of FE.
Another Effie. All free.
Dan, you're not an Effie man, are you?
Nope.
Smart move.
Nope.
I try and keep Ilana away from Effie because I know that if she goes to Effie, my bank balance drops considerably.
Diamonds International. They're nothing fancy, but it's just fun collecting them.
Ilana says, we loved the Horizon. For Sean and myself, it was our first cruise out of the US. Bonaire was a fabulous helping hands for cruising experience with Kenny on the beach for the first time. As well as that, he had his own private security guard.
Yes, stick the poor guy in a girl's bathroom.
Shh.
He had to go. The guy's was occupied, so he had the security guard on duty out front.
Let's see if I can find it. It was a good picture.
Got the charms too. John had a crying chair in the FD store. I have to say one of the coolest things I got, actually thanks to Roxy, was Roxy got 2 shipped on a stick
Mhm.
from the cruise director, so she gifted me one.
How the hell did you manage that? I mean, seriously.
Thanks to generosity of friends. It's like I also have a medallion from Carnival.
Mm.
Thanks to Amy, she got it. She already had got one through the trivia, and so I got an extra one. Here you go. I was like, well, I got a collection, but I didn't win them. I'm not good at trivia. I like doing the trivia, but I don't know all the answers.
Yeah, I'm not good at trivia, but I am good at talking to cruise directors, you know?
Felipe was phenomenal.
He was my first cruise director, and he was the best one because when you go on Disney, NCL, or MSC, their cruise directors are not at every single function. Carnival cruise directions are at like 90% or 95% of every function they may be only there for 5 minutes to start it out. But the other
Yeah,
cruise ships, they don't show up.
they are busy people.
I love
Yeah.
cooking, but Felipe, after I spoke to him, went out of his way to he'd just go over and one of the deck parties and put his arm around Roxy and give her a kiss on the head, or he'd stop and chat with her, or he'd drop what was a bottle of wine in the one ship on the stick.
Yeah.
The other one, the first night I went up and introduced myself, and so I was from Helping Hands for Cruising and what our charity was about, and this was our recipient Roxanne, and the next thing I know, he disappears. He comes back, and then comes back again. And he has a ship on a stick, and he almost kneels down like he's proposing and gives her to her.
Wow.
He sent me
Some of us are lucky.
Yep, he sent me a bottle of champagne to the room, but I gave it to my steward because I don't drink champagne.
Michelle got some tanzanite. Very nice.
Yeah, I got a little tanzanite necklace on, but you can't see it through the cape.
I didn't buy any jewelry. I got, well, actually, just the one that we did on the breeze that you buy, what, $5 a charm or something.
Yeah.
It looks like a fake Pandora type, but they're cute.
Yeah, I've got those.
It's got a cruise ship and its heart and palm tree and stuff. Not anything I wear, but I have my collections of things I got.
I'm busy trying to find that photo that you were talking about earlier on, Michael Ann. I'm having a bit of a challenge, but I'll get it up. I've got it somewhere. Just to prove that Kenny did go with security.
Oh.
I don't know if I have that in my Facebook or not.
Yeah, on NCL, Kenny and I were looking for something to eat. And I said, I'll go to the buffet. Found Kenny, and nobody was there with him by himself, needed help, so I helped him get his food. He said, if we can find escargot, do you want some? I said, no, you can have all of it you want.
Oh, no, you gotta have escargot.
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I've had it in the past. I don't need it again.
No, I'm thinking of the snails I see in the backyard. And I said, no.
You don't know what you're missing.
No, I don't have that picture in my Facebook, and it's probably on my old computer. Although on Helping Hands channel, Crystal took it and made you dance in it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's there. You got the charm bracelets? Cool. Prime rib and lobster tail. I love the prime rib. It's one thing I did on the Horizon. I think I had beef like 4 out of 7 nights.
Their food was awesome.
I had prime rib. I had beef tenderloin. I had the steak.
Did you go to the Fahrenheit 555?
No. No, the only steakhouse I've been to is Cagney's.
You need
Great
to do
company at that one.
you need to do 555.
If I get back on a Carnival ship, yeah, I'll give it a try. My next cruise is on sale as well.
It's worth the money.
I'll be. I've been 2 on Carnival. I've been 1 on NCL. Next one's going to be on NCL, so it'll be 2. We'll see who outweighs the other. Michelle said they didn't do 555 either. No, I didn't.
It's worth the money because the food is just a step above.
I didn't do any specialty dining until I went on NCL. I definitely want to get the more at sea or the free at sea, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. Dan, did you have a highlight meal? What was your most memorable dish? Alana's asking.
The last night at Cagney's, I had a reservation at 5, and I went by myself. But when I got there, Rob and his wife were also there. Rob, the keyboard player from the band.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been awesome.
So we joined up, and I had dinner with Rob and his wife, and had the prime rib. I don't remember if lobster tail came with it or not, but the prime rib was excellent. I had an everything potato prime rib and a salad. And that meal was so good, I brought it home. Because that was the last big meal I had on the plane. And then the next day, it was like get up and run, catch a plane, fly home. Yeah. But that
the return flight, was that a lot easier than your heading to
it was
flight?
the same. It was the same going back as it was coming. So I flew from Miami to Austin, and then I had a couple of layover in Austin, and then I flew from Austin back into Long Beach.
Did you have the same challenges though?
No, it was a lot smoother coming back.
That's good.
Because everything was back up and operational by then.
Yeah.
So all the airports were running, and yeah. Actually, I made a friend on the way back. I met a girl in Austin, and we made friends just hanging out. Yeah, that was nice.
That's good.
I'm busy looking for that, Michael, and I can't find it right now.
Well, speaking of Rob and his wife, that band was phenomenal. Their performance and the people, it was a pleasure getting to know them.
Oh, they were awesome. They were awesome. Such down-to-earth people. You know, sometimes you get into touch with the band, and I'm on the band. My nose is up there. Don't touch me. But like Corrado was just like down-to-earth, real family, and it kind of married really well with HH4C because the way he was, the way it came across was family. They were family as part of our family, which was great.
Yeah. Corrado, Jeff, and Rob I talked to more than I got to talk to Pete or Tommy.
Yeah.
I wish I got to talk to them more, but it was just like we were so busy. But they were phenomenal. I followed them on Facebook, and I was like, okay, how close are they to get to my? Because they do a lot around New York, so it's like, how close are they? When can I get to New York? And I know.
So when are you headed down to New York?
Pardon?
When are you headed down to New York?
That won't be for a while, but I keep looking.
Oh, come on. The things you're missing out on. Time with the band.
Yeah. I know the band. I've cruised with the band.
I'll tell you who else I spend a bit of time with on Facebook is Richie, who's one of the band supporters. Really nice guys.
He is. I follow him on Facebook too.
Dan, what was your instrument of choice when you were involved with music?
When I was in music, when I was playing, it was brass instruments, and after brass instruments, it was studio and sound reinforcement. So I was the sound man
Mm.
for whatever group I was working with.
That's a big job too.
It's huge.
Yeah. That's why when they were setting up, I offered to go help them to set up, and then they had it down to such a system. I didn't have to do anything.
No.
I just cheered them on and said, "Well, you guys are doing great," and they were set up in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, the band have got it really well set. I think the cruise ship had a bigger problem.
They did have a little bit of a sound issue. They had a feedback issue that they never resolved.
Yeah.
They never resolved that, and I was trying to figure out too, but I didn't know their system, so I wasn't sure what was causing the feedback loop either. But they had a feedback problem. Otherwise, it was awesome. It was absolutely wonderful. I mean, you could ignore it. It wasn't so big of a problem that it took over anything, but it was there. Yeah, it's just one of those little niggly things and a little niggly bit. You could hear it every once in a while, but it didn't really detract from the band at all. The band kept performing just like nothing. The sound guys, there were 3 sound guys. They all tried to sort it out as best they could. But as far as the performance goes, it was noticeable, but it wasn't overpowering.
Mm.
I agree with you there, Michelle. It seemed like I was changing a lot too, because I'd wear something, and then if you wanted to get the water, then you'd have the bathing suit. Then you get back into clothes, and then I don't like going in the same clothes all day and then going to dinner, so I changed it for dinner. I didn't, not that I was dressing up, but I put something in a little bit nicer on. It was maybe a nice short and top set or a sundress, and then you change into pajamas. It was like, how did I get all these dirty clothes, and how did I get through all these clothes? I thought I packed enough for everything.
I know exactly. Every 3 seconds changing.
I did a similar thing where I'd wear whatever I was wearing for breakfast and lunch, and then sometime mid-afternoon I would change for dinner and then just go to dinner. Unless it was a night where we were swimming or something, then that would be the swimming thing added.
Where are they? Trying to find them.
I know where mine are. They're on that other computer over there.
I'll have to reorganize things a bit. But there's a really great photo of this security guard.
That's one way to cheat. I had one dress. I used it for cover up when we went to Belize, but I also used it as a sundress to wear to dinner too.
Yeah, the last cruise I was on, you saw a lot of the ladies in their bathing suits. They had on nice skirts, and so they would just put the skirt on and go on to dinner like they were in a sundress.
This we go into the main dining room. I find it cool quite often, so I want to make sure my shoulders are covered. So I don't know how they could go in with a. Well, I know one guy got sent away. He was quite upset. He got sent away to change because he wasn't in appropriate clothing.
I never witnessed any of that. Every time I went, everybody was fine.
I think it was. I got there. Me and Crystal got there before the rest of the group. And this kind of was a guy walked like, change my clothes. Like,
yeah, I never got yelled at for my shorts or anything. Or
I forget what he was wearing, but it was like, well, you have to have a little standards.
Listen, you got yourself in touch with a really, really good contact, and you were set for life, my friend. No matter what restaurant you were in, she was there.
Well, I would only go where she was at. That was. I would only go where she was at. That was perfect. And I had no idea. I didn't have any idea. Those people work almost 16 hours a day every day.
They do. They work
when they're on the cruise. They're working like a double shift every day.
Yeah.
I noticed that more when I was on the breeze because the 3 servers we had, we could be in the buffet area early morning, late night, and we run into one or two of them. Or the one time I was out on the deck above the Lido deck, and all of a sudden he's come around serving from the bar, and I'm like, holy crap, this. And then he was working up till like 4 or something. Then he had to change and go down to work in the dining room. And I was like, holy crap, these guys work them a lot.
Oh, they work freaking hard. All right. Well, what else can I say?
Dig in your
Not much.
pockets and let's give. Skip your
Sorry,
coffee.
say that again.
I said, everybody dig in your pockets. Skip your cup of coffee at the Starbucks this week or at your favorite place and give it to us this week.
100%. 100%.
Did she say that because he's back?
Yeah.
Chris has come back.
Yeah. So I said, he's back. Hey, I made $100 this what? Michelle said they loved the Family Harbor. They were on. I thought that was a cool one that they got. They were originally in a cabin that wasn't going to work for them, and they got switched in the Family Harbor, which is cool because they have there's a lounge in there with, snacks and drinks and stuff. That's cool. That's perfect. Be like the solo lounge on NCL.
Yeah, you have to be a special kind of person to get into that particular room. So good on you. Glad you had the opportunity.
A buffet too. Wow.
Yeah.
Which is cool if you don't feel like, if it's early in the morning, you don't feel like going out and just want to take an easy morning, go get
Correct.
some food. You can eat there. You can go back to your room and just take it a slow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Or you want to get, like Dan says, sometimes you're done peopling and you just want to go and be by yourself. Buffet like that, you can go grab some stuff and go to your room and just like, give me some space. I need me time.
Well, it was even more special than that because in the middle of our cruise we had a full moon, so that was fun.
My picture didn't turn out. It just looks like this blob. Of course, when I tried to get it, it was kind of also one of the slides was there too, so it's like this slide and this white blob beside it.
Didn't we get an eclipse as well?
Yeah, there was an eclipse, and then there was a full moon.
Yeah, it was the last super moon of the year too.
Yeah, it was the last full moon of the year.
That
first week of December. Mm-hmm.
Slept on the balcony a day or two. It was great. Didn't have one of those, so I couldn't sleep on the balcony.
Not allowed to.
The only time I had a balcony was on the breeze, and the one time I was thinking of going out there and just hanging on the breeze, hanging out on the balcony. Amy was asleep across 2 chairs. Okay, well, maybe I'll go up to the spa and go, because we were in the spa balcony. I'll go to the spa and go in the Recipients, whatever it is, dumb pool it was, and realized I didn't like it. Got out of that, and I thought, I'll go lay on one of the stone lounges, because I fell asleep on it the time before we went. I lay on the stone lounge, and there was too much noise. I'm like, go back, get dressed, and go wander the ship.
Hey, Scotty J.
Hey, Scotty.
G'day, Scotty. Whoop whoop. How you doing, buddy?
Scotty's coming up in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Awesome.
Right, Scotty? Looking forward to it. Looking for Scotty's energy. Because it's been a long day.
Well, all I'm going to say is, I'm going to ask. recipients, what would you tell somebody else who's going to be a potential recipient? What would you say to them about the cruise?
I'll let Roxy go first. Ladies first.
If you're willing to go on the cruise, it's going to change your life. You're going to meet people and new friends, something. But if you're one of those type of people that get seasick easily or get sick easily, and you can bow out and say, I don't want to go. Thanks for asking me, but no, thank you. But try it one time. You'll get hooked. You'll like it.
Yeah, give it a chance because there's so many things you can take for seasickness.
Yep. And if you're one of those that don't want to go and do the shows and the parties and you just want to hang out in your little corner of your own space, that's fine too.
For me, I was a little bit spoiled because we had such a large group. There were 53 people. I would tell a prospective recipient not to worry about anything because there's somebody on the team who's already figured it out, and all you have to do is just follow along. Your only responsibilities are really to yourself. As long as you bring all your clothes and bring all your stuff and bring all the things that you're going to want, you'll be fine. And then just follow. If you're ever lost or need to know something, ask somebody just right there. Just turn around and ask. Somebody will know the answer to your question. Just ask. Say, oh, what time are we meeting? Where are we going to meet at? Somebody will have that information. Just run into anybody from the group and ask them what's what. Because we ran into the communication issue at the ship. We were all going to use the group messaging from the ship's messaging system. And then we got to the ship and they had decided to do away with the messaging system on that particular cruise. So we all kind of fumbled around for a couple of days. And then I finally landed on WhatsApp. And then a lot of the group landed on WhatsApp. And then I was able to stay in touch with that. But I had to purchase the, the internet package.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I just got the first one. I think it was $30 or something. They just took it off the credit. I didn't even have to worry about it. And then once I did that, I was fine. But it didn't have voice. It only had text.
Yep.
But it was enough. I could text Crystal or Michael Ann's, hey, where's the meeting? What deck are we on? Observation deck. We're meeting it there. Okay, we're on the observation deck. Forward left, forward right. Where we're going to be, and then so it was all right. So once the communication was sorted out, then I didn't have any problem keeping up with any of the responsibilities of recipient, because you have to be free for interviews. You have to be free for some dinners that you have together. You have to be free for maybe a couple of even extracurricular dinners that kind of get thrown together impromptu with the group. So as long as you're open, don't really have an agenda. Like I said, I went in with no agenda and no bucket list. I just went to enjoy myself. It was pretty simple. Yes, enjoy myself. I also went to go do some healing as well. And I was able to do both pretty well. And that was fine. But you can have a bucket list if you want. I chose not to. So I would say, yeah, you can pretty much do whatever you want, but you're not going to be able to fret about it and be efficient. It'd be better to just not worry about it and let one of the team help you. So be receptive to asking for help.
And the team were quite helpful, weren't we?
The team is fantastic. I mean, and most everybody knew what everybody else is doing. So nobody was really lost. And everybody was always, if they didn't know, they'd say, give me a couple minutes. Let me go find out. I'll get back with you shortly. And that was like the standard answer from everybody if they didn't know. And they would find out. And sometimes a couple would come back at the same time. Hey, we found that information. and it's fine as long as you're not in a hurry. Yes, that's right. The team has you covered. You don't have to fret about anything. The biggest concern: what restaurant were we going to meet at, and what was the attire, and what time? That's it. That's pretty much it. That's the worst that you're going to have to deal with. What to wear, where to wear it, and at what time to wear it. That's it. And they'll fill you in. You don't have to worry about it. There's no guesswork. There was no printouts. There was no nothing. We just kind of did everything on the fly. Half of it was done. Oh, we got a couple of minutes. We can do an interview. Can we go over here? Yeah, let's go over there. We just do it sometimes on the fly. But it all worked out. But you can't, don't try to over imagine it. Don't try to over manage. Don't try to micromanage your own trip. Just relax. Let the team do the team thing for you and just enjoy yourself. And if you're late, they'll check on you. They'll come knock on your door or they'll send you a text. Hey, you're supposed to be at so-and-so. Oh, okay. I'll be there in a couple of minutes. Let me get changed and I'll be right down. It was.
Boy, will we check on you. We need to make sure.
Yeah, make sure I'm not running amok somewhere. Yeah.
Correct.
And maybe that's another thing that might be important to say, that even though you're the recipient, you're still a representative for the organization. You can't just run amok. You have to, be somewhat mindful of the position and that you're in. See, I'm here as a guest. I'm a guest of this group, So you're not allowed to run amok. Not really.
Thank you for mentioning that, Dan. That's really an important one, because yes, you are representing.
You're a representative of the group, even if you're a recipient. You're not just. You're not just. There's no free abandon. You're not. You're not off your leash. You're actually on a leash a little bit.
Correct.
It's a casual one. It's one that you've accepted. So you kind of have to be on your good behavior. You don't want to get into any kind of trouble. You don't want to do anything too silly. So, you want to be mindful about that because you are technically a representative of the group.
You're the face of Helping Hands for that cruise.
Yeah, and then pretty much for that year, right? So even this is another, I'm doing another interview.
It's for life.
Is it for life? All right, fine. That works with me.
Now.
Because I know there's going to be more free food later. That's perfect.
I can't wait.
Dan, you whether you like it or not, you're hooked, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Your left foot.
I don't mind.
You know your left foot.
My left foot. Yeah,
I now own your left foot.
You own my left foot.
To the floor.
It's nailed to the floor. Okay.
You'll be walking.
That's pretty well established then. That's a fixture. I've become a fixture.
Correct. Correct.
That's hilarious. Chris said, he said, well said, Dan. I don't know what I said that was, what was the well part?
The fact that you're
representing representative of the group. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's important to represent, it's, gosh, isn't that something we all want?
And as the team or previous cruisers, we also have to be responsible and acknowledge that, wait a minute, we've done this before. We got to make sure that you guys know, as first-time cruisers, this is what, not what you have to do.
There's a reciprocal commitment thing. The team is committed. The group is committed. And as a recipient, you need to kind of match that commitment too. So it's like you need to be made available. You need to be responsible for yourself. That even though, you're the guest, you're still representing.
And we can't just assume that you're going to know automatically just stepping on the ship that it gets right into your head. Okay, I do this, and I have to be there. No, we got to be responsible for.
Fortunately, I had several people that I could count on. I could count on Michael Ann. I could count on Crystal. I could count on Roxy to tell me all kinds of things. And and there were a couple other people. Hey, we got a thing coming up. Do you know we're doing a thing at 5? Oh, okay. All right. I'll be there. So just even bumping into people through the course of the day was also good because every meeting was an exchange of information that was going to be needed for later. So it all worked out, but there's a level of commitment that we all non-verbally just agreed to, just to be in the experience. So that nonverbal commitment, the team is committed to the recipient's expected to, be committed to their role. And yeah, I think that's true. I think that's very, very true.
If you had your way again, how would you do things differently?
I would not let the government shut down, and I would have a much better flight.
Okay.
That was just about my biggest complaint was the flight. My next biggest complaint was Honduras. I didn't care for Honduras, not much at all. Honduras was a gigantic waste of time, in my opinion.
Michelle said pack less.
I would not pack. Well, I didn't overpack. I did because I used everything I had at least once, and some things 2 or 3 times. But the hangars saved my trip. If I hadn't had the hangars, I would have been in a bit of a mess.
Yeah, but taking 9 suitcases, Michelle, yeah, I would pack less.
Dan,
but
I would hazard a guess to say if you would have had a different excursion, a different experience in Honduras, you might have enjoyed it a bit more.
Maybe. I just wanted to go swimming, and there wasn't any. They had pools, but I didn't want pools. I wanted ocean access.
Yeah.
And they didn't have it readily available at shore. When you went ashore, you were stuck in their little tourist trap, and I don't like tourist traps.
I follow another channel, and they just came back from spring break on the Icon, and they did a private tour thing in Honduras to a really nice beach. And I was like, I got to watch this and, take note of that. If I ever go back to Honduras, look up this tour. Yeah, coral. Actually, nope, that's not it. I actually got coral.
I have a small piece of coral. Dan went out diving on 7 Beach, and I just put it in my bag and didn't say anything. Went on the ship. They didn't, check it.
Yeah, so I had too much.
Yeah, if you have too much, and you say, "Yeah, I got this," don't tell them. Just keep it in your bag and be quiet. And walk on the ship.
Yeah, it's some sand accidentally got in there. I got this piece of coral from Belize. Pretty good sized one. It's a piece of clam shell.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a suggestion. When we do these open answer cruises, don't book them around a holiday. It's gonna be hard for people to get on a plane.
Thanksgiving was horrible. That was not good. It really was not.
HH4C didn't book it, right? The original
right?
Was booked by somebody else.
Yeah.
So, but we, as a rule, we try and get things in a way that we can get as many people on board as we possibly can, which is a good thing.
Actually, even that was all right for me. But what happened was when the government shut down, they canceled my flight, and then we had to scramble to get a new one on a holiday.
I'll tell you what, Bruce worked really hard on your flights.
Sadly, he had to, but his hands were as tight as everybody's were. That's what I say. It was last minute. Like I didn't know the flight until like 30 hours before.
Jeez, you did better than we did.
Yeah, it was like the day before. I'm going, what flight am I on? I'm leaving tomorrow. What's the number? Where do I need to go? What do I need to do?
At least your flight took off when it was scheduled to take off.
Yeah, that's true, but I didn't.
Our flight was 5 hours late.
Yeah, well, at least you were there. It's not like you weren't late.
Well, what was going to take roughly about 22 hours ended up being 29. Because the flight left 5 hours late. Then when we arrived in LA, we tried to get our direct flight to Miami. That didn't happen. So we then had to take a flight from Miami to Houston, LA to Houston, then Houston back into, actually, was it Houston or Dallas? Dallas. Into Dallas, that's right. And then from Dallas into Miami. So that was a super long flight. And then my poor cousin, he was waiting for us at Miami. And we ended up being that much later, and it was like he had to go home and he had like 4 hours sleep, and then he had to go to work.
Wow. I know I was same with you, Michelle, with the coral, the sand, the shells. It's like, because I not only get it on the ship, getting it back through customs when you get off the ship, but customs was, oh, let's see your passport, or you're Canadian, you got to go over on that line. Let's see your passport, and then coming across the border, and it's like, any tobacco, alcohol, blah blah blah. Nope. Or yeah, I got this little thing here. That's fine. Have a nice day. And I'm going, they didn't check my bag or anything.
Yeah, I didn't have any issues either with shells or coral or anything. I didn't have any problems with medications. Nothing. They almost just like, I don't know. It's like I bored them or something. They just say, "Oh, it's you? Yeah, okay, see you."
Technically, you're not supposed to take any soil or shells or whatever from the beaches and stuff, but people do it. You just take your chances of getting caught or not.
Yeah, not here. Here we go.
Oh, did you find it?
Yep.
Now, if you want to sneak sand back to, put in your shell case, just fill your shoe up and walk back to the ship a little lopsided, because they're not going to make you take your shoes off.
I take my beach shoes off, full of sand, and stick them in my other bag, and then stick them in my other stuff. Sand in your water shoes, you weren't allowed to. Uh-oh. Here's the security guard.
Yeah.
The men's washroom was right on the other side there, but Kenny really had to go, and there was somebody else on the other side, so he agreed to go on the ladies and on the guard outside.
Either get a security guard or you're going to have to clean up a mess.
Well, I just figured I'd be the security guard and end the story.
Yeah.
So some of us got pictures. I have the same picture of them.
Now, there we go. Stop sharing.
That was at the second the beach club near the end of the little trek around Bon Air.
Michelle was saying that Bruce was amazing through the whole cruise. Wouldn't have expected anything less. He is an amazing bloke.
He's got to answer the HH4C.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing.
Ilana was saying that the Australian customs are very strict. So there's no way known you would have come in with half the stuff. Michelle said some no issues. And then she goes, she had sand in her water shoes that they were not allowed to have. How'd you get sand in there?
Mine still have sand in them, and I've shook them out.
Mine still have sand in them.
Hello, Anthony on the move.
G'day, Anthony on the move.
I'm happy. I've got my sand jar filled. I don't need to try to get any more sand or shells. Or my biggest collection of shells was when we were in Galveston.
Never been to Galveston.
I like Galveston.
I like Galveston. It was nice.
Well, there was Troy and Sandy and V and Steve and I went down 4 days early before the cruise, just kind of acclimatize, and we got it was like an Airbnb. It was through Vacasa or something. Of course, this house is like up on stilts because of all the flooding and storms and hurricanes there. Everything's raised up. It was very nice. We walked across the backyard, across the road, and there was a Dollar General close by, so anything we needed was possibly right there. We went for a drive down the road a ways. There was a spot it was a restaurant we got pizza at one night, and we also had the meetup at. And there was a liquor store and a couple other spots there. We were two blocks from a beach. So we walked down to the beach, and I got a whole bunch of shells. They already had the holes in them. I have them hanging on a piece of driftwood. The only flight home was full, and they had Gabby and I separated. I had to have someone to switch. First one recruit because she said she was too tall for middle seat. Oh, that's too bad.
And she then goes on to say she was taller than her, and her husband is a big guy, and he was in the middle. Wow.
Wow. John was in the middle? That's crazy. Yeah, this is what I did with my collection of shells from Galveston.
That's cool.
My friend got a piece of driftwood from here, and I just kind of strung them up. But they're all pretty much the same. They're just different sizes. And I have a few more, but
Did you actually put a hole in the shell?
no, they had holes in them. They all had little holes at the back of the shell. There.
Oh, that's good.
So I just strung them up. I was going to put a wall hanging thing, but I really haven't found a spot. It's hanging on a hook on the door.
Michelle got the one that was in the window seat, and she switched. That's cool.
Gabby did okay on the flight otherwise because it was her first flight too. So I had a lot of firsts on that trip.
Yeah, for doing things like for a first time it's totally amazing. You get such good experiences, and yeah, what can I say? Got to have fun. Got to have fun and grow.
Yeah, we were at Galveston too. The one day we drove. Good words. Drove down by the port, and we seen the Carnival Jubilee in port, and I think it was Mariner of the Seas at the Royal Caribbean one, which was way up farther than. But I guess a lot of things are going to be changing down there because they're getting the new Carnival Festival.
Mm.
So things are going to be switching around. And I know Horizon's supposed to be moving over 2027, 2028.
Yeah, Horizon is moving around. They're moving a lot of ships around these days.
One of the ones that was down in Australia is moving back this way. I thought the other.
Yeah, the Carnival Adventure. You know what the Carnival Adventure was?
You said it last night.
Yeah, the Golden Princess.
Golden Princess, and then it went to P&O, and then.
Yeah, so it's actually at the end of next season. It'll be finishing up here and only doing season sessions. So after that, it goes back with you guys back to Seattle, I would reckon, and it would be involved in the Alaska cruising. That's what I think.
Now, speaking of the adventure, and I don't know if he's still on the adventure, our cruise director from the Breeze, Felipe, has been on there, and they had something, remembrance or celebration or something, a recognition of Anzac Day yesterday.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that's good because it was Anzac. The 25th of April is Anzac Day, so there would have been quite a few. Like I would have liked to have made a show about Anzac Day, but we didn't. So a lot of ships were actually promoting them as well.
I don't know anything on Carnival. They usually do a recognition thing for the military, so I don't know whether they tied it into that or not. I didn't read it too far, but I just happened to notice it, and I went, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah. Yeah. So, interesting.
Yeah, I know, Chris. 15 of that's from 3 months ago, and 200 from this weekend. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's showing the one from 3 months ago. But
anyway, I gotta go.
okay, thanks for popping up, Roxy.
Thank you, Roxy.
Yeah, I may see if Gotti wants me to come on at 8. I don't know if I can get back up here, but I gotta eat, so I can probably eat and talk at the same time. Maybe.
Roxy, you got to eat.
Yeah, I gotta eat.
And if the band was playing, there was music going on, do you think you'd be stopping and eating then?
Yeah.
No, you'd be dancing.
I'd be dancing. Yeah, we've got a dance party at 10 o'clock tonight. Going to that for at least an hour, and then I'm going to another game. Like it's a card game. It's called Wolf, but it's based on Star Trek. They changed the different characters. So, but it's fun.
I was going to say pictures or video or didn't happen, but I know you'll be doing stuff.
Well, you take it easy.
Yep. But I'm going to maybe try to come on Scotty's for a few minutes. If not, next time I won't schedule anything and I can do myself.
No worries.
Yeah. So y'all have a blessed night, everybody.
Thanks.
Take care.
All right. Bye. Bye, Dan.
Bye.
Michael and Sean.
Have a good night.
All right. So, Mr. Dan, what else is happening?
I've sent Chris a friend request on Facebook so we can connect over there. I connected with Kelly, but I didn't connect with Chris. So now I can connect with Chris.
Good luck with that one. No, just kidding. Okay, Michelle, thank you for sharing your experience with us, and we'll arrange a time when it's convenient for you to do some follow-up interview. I know you got a lot coming on with a new grandbaby coming, and you've been busy since you got back. So take care of yourselves and give Gabby a hug for us.
See you, Michelle. Thanks for popping in. Now, Dan, what's next? What's next for you?
Just doing volunteering. I've been busy with the Racies team. Racies is Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Service. So I'm part of the disaster communications team. And we do volunteering and we do events and we do parades and we do stuff so that we could all stay busy.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And so here coming up in a couple of weeks, we have a 3-day event over at the Blessed Sacrament Catholic Church. It's a 3-day event. I'll be volunteering over there for 3 days. And then I don't think we have anything until the fall except for all the emergency drills in between. So just emergency preparedness stuff, just drills and activities and meetings and stuff. So yeah, just normal everyday, public service kind of thing going on for me. That's what's been going on. Busy with that.
Keep yourself busy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I finally got my ID for the PD, so I can get into the building when I need to.
That's good.
So, yeah, that's all happened. What else? Yeah, because while I was on the cruise, I was waiting to hear if I was going to get my ID. So they told me everything had passed, but I hadn't had an ID yet. And what happened was the lady who made the IDs for the city retired, and
Oh,
her management didn't think it important to train
teach somebody
somebody
else.
how to do it before she left. So she was gone. So it took me 2 months to get my ID, something I should have had in about 8 hours. It took 2 months.
Crazy.
So I didn't get my ID until after I got back. So it was mid-December before I even got my ID.
So does your ID have your picture on it?
Yes.
So here's the question I've got. How come everything like a driver's license or an ID for a security reason or whatever always makes you look like a criminal?
Well, that's because they like it that way.
Yep. Passport, driver's license, my health card. Look at the light. Don't smile.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You want me not to smile? Oh, come on. I can't help it.
It's one thing I got to do before the Heroes Cruise, though, is redo my passport.
Yeah, my picture was easy. They let me submit my own picture. So I sent 2 pictures. I sent one with the leafy background because I got a hedge out here. And they said, "Oh no, it can't be a natural background. It has to be a wall or something. It has to be white." So then I take another picture with a white wall. And then they took that picture. So they didn't even take the picture. KD9DTF. What do you mean KD9DTF? Oh, see, now I got to go double check. Hold on a minute. He's giving me a thing. Let me get to the secret site.
My passport.
KD9.
My passport expires February 2028, so I got to get that done.
Oh, you better get that finished.
Oh,
Start early. Don't give them time to mess it up.
No, I figure sometime in the fall of 2027, I'll get it done.
Come back and see what he said. KD9DTF. Oh, let's see.
Maybe I go back to CAA.
Oh, I didn't know that about Chris. Chris and I are buddies. How come you've only been looked up 150 times, Chris?
Only
150 times. I've been looked up 1,455 times since March last year.
My goodness.
So in order to be in races, you have to be a licensed amateur radio operator. And I didn't know that Chris was a licensed radio operator until just now.
Amazing.
And the ones around here all stir V3 something.
Look at Chris. Come on, Dan. You know.
Well, now I know. Well, you got licensed over there. You don't live anywhere. Why'd you get licensed over there, Chris? Or is that where you are? Are you in Illinois?
They were at one time.
Well, I was licensed in, I was licensed in Missouri, and then that license lapsed, and then I was unlicensed for a while, and I thought, I'm going to get my license again. I'm getting bored, getting tired of sitting here in front of the computer talking to people all day. I wanted to do something. It's true, right? Because I do holistic counseling, and I was just getting tired of sitting here. I thought, I think if I get my license again, I'm going to go into the emergency service. So I did, and then I have, and now I am. So that keeps me pretty busy.
Was it hard to do the license?
No, not for me, not for the second time around, because I've done it before. Yeah, you got yours in Illinois, because when I went to look at the information, it said you got it in Illinois, and then you moved to Maryland. Is it Maryland?
I believe so. I believe that's where my
How
Yeah.
long are we going?
up is.
How long we been? We've been 2 hours and 20 minutes, or is that just for me?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Hey, okay. All
You
right.
can stay as long as you want, or you can
No,
go.
I'm fine. I know I'm
It's
okay.
like, Scotty J's coming up at 8, so we can take it up to there.
Okay, so we got 38 more minutes.
I did.
We can-
Which
can
means
fill up
a
38
dollar
minutes.
for every minute.
For
Be
who?
grateful for $1 for every minute.
Yeah, $38 would be great. Anyone?
Yeah. I don't have $38 at the moment.
I'm not asking you for it.
Me either. Till
I'm saying to all the people out there that are watching.
So you need to donate, or my friend is going to come get them.
Correct. Oh, don't tell me you're a gator too.
I just got this yesterday. A friend of mine got it for me. It's a real live.
Is his name Darian?
No. What, the gator's name?
No.
Or the friend that gave it to
you.
me? No. No, my friend
Have
Alexander.
you met
gave me
Darian?
it. Was he on the cruise?
who's at the meetup?
He was at the meetup.
Maybe. I don't know.
He's known as a magnificent.
I got
Germany
like
with
50
Darian.
names that day, and I'm not able to place them with any. Were they at the? They were at
So
the
Darren
meetup,
Darren was at the meetup at the hotel.
right?
Gator-
And then we did the thing, and then which ones were they? Were they the
So-
ones taking all the pictures, or were they one of the other ones?
It's a good question.
Because I
No, I
got
think
kind
he
of
was-
sat at the end of the room, kind of near the corner. And then,
He's the guy that keeps on talking about spaghetti ice.
man, I don't recall. It was such a hectic
His
time.
channel name is Magnificent Germany with Darian. That's
The
Jim,
guy in the blue.
with a blue cap.
Yeah. We sat at the table during the meet. Well, during the meet, we sat at the same table at the end of the room.
Yeah.
Okay. So he lives in Florida. In fact, he lives in Ocala. And
okay.
he is a Gator fan.
Oh, okay.
Or a Gator
So
fan.
anybody who's got an alligator,
Well, if you're in Florida, these are all over the place.
correct. And so he's asking. I was asking you if he gave you that.
No, another friend did.
The only one those I had was about this long, and it was a little rubber one. I think my grandparents might have brought it back.
My friend said they had one that was about, a foot or two long, but it wouldn't fit in her suitcase. So she got me just the head.
Take the risk of breaking the tail or the legs off.
Actually, Chris, he's not a crowd. Because he spent time in the military. He got an affinity with Germany, so he spent some of his military service in Germany, and that's why he keeps on wanting to go back.
It would be cool to go across to Europe, but I got a lot of places I want to go first before I go back. I go across there. Whoa!
I had some
That
shark
definitely-
teeth. I got a shark jaw.
That's a bit big for your mouth.
Yeah, it's a bit big. And I'll tell you, never put your arm in there, because the way the teeth are designed, if you pull back, they dig in, even though it's not even alive. But I got a shark jaw. And I don't know. I got that at a specialty shop in San Diego. And they had hundreds of them. I think I paid $15 or something for the shark.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I thought, I don't know. I was just very drawn to the shark stuff that day, and so I thought, I'm going to get me a shark thing, and this was the shark thing. Anyway, thought I'd share. Shared alligator, shared shark. Shared some coral, shared some shells, shared a drumstick.
I got a bunch of big shells at my well, not bigger than the little ones there that were my friend's dad's when he passed. I got a bunch of like
Oh, that's a good sized shell.
little conch type shells. It's about 4 or 5 inches long. That's the big one. I had
Can
a
you blow it? Can you
Yeah.
blow the conch shell?
No,
No.
it's that one's too small.
I had this one.
That's a nice one.
And I had a sea urchin that was just a little bit bigger around than this. But the cat got in here and knocked it off the top of my desk, and it broke in 2 pieces. Well, it's gone.
Bloody cats. See, that's one reason why I won't have a cat.
Well, we're down to the one animal. Might have a second cat in the future.
Ilana keeps on saying that she's down to one animal as well, but and then she says it when she looks at me.
Wonder what she means by that.
I have no idea. I know I'm perfect.
What kind of animal?
What a mysterious thing to ponder.
Makes a noise.
It does. We should amplify that and sample it as a sound with a sound sampler and incorporate it into. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
I can't get.
You like it?
Yeah.
The hollow?
No, almost.
Sounds hollow.
Yeah. Ilana will say. She'll say, "You're not hitting hard enough."
It's a drumstick, not a damn it doll.
Yeah. All right. I got to get out of here. I got a couple of things I need to do. Dan, pleasure as always.
Yes, it's been wonderful.
Michael-Anne, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
And for all the other recipients that came on board, thank you very much for coming in. As well as that, folks, please keep donating. We need the funds. It's about $5,000 to get a Dan or a Roxy or a Gabby or a Kenny or a Chris. A Scott and Amber or a James and Cindy on board a cruise ship. So please empty your pockets. Have a great day. Take it easy, and we'll catch up with you later.
Thank you for coming up.
Bye.
Chris says he has a bowling ball polisher for you if you need it, Sean. What a note to end on.
Yeah. So I have this polisher here, but that's for my glasses. I don't know. No, our next recipients are, I would say, no more or less. Nobody's more or less important, but we really want to show and give back to veterans and first responders. So that's why for the next 2 years, we're going to be looking for any donations we can. If anybody has any sponsor ideas, we'd love those too. If we get sponsors on board, then it lessens our need to be out here all the time doing cruise-a-thons, even though we'll still do them annually, but keeping our fingers crossed and our ears open and that to find some sponsors.
I'm still very grateful to even have had the experience. I still find it all very worthy. The entire organization, everything. So if there are companies that are looking for something worthy to donate to, donating to a group that gives back is a fantastic way to do that.
It'd be nice to have hundreds of thousands or millions, but even hundreds or thousands, all those add up. And it's just a tax write-off for most of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be for the larger organizations, sure.
And it's been exciting for me to put people on cruises, especially when I can go too. And I got to meet Dan and Roxy and Kenny. Although well, for Kenny, I wasn't on the board yet, but it was exciting to be part of that experience.
Yeah, I got to meet Kenny. I got to push him around a little bit.
I have a good picture of you, Kenny, and Roxy. And I have
Yeah,
one with
I
me.
got that picture. Yeah.
One with me in it too. We're looking for a minimum of 10 first responders, Gold Star vets, and that's about 50,000 we need. Hey, we've got a sponsor that would donate half of that or all of that. That would be nice, but part of that split up between other sponsors, then there'll be less we have to. But one of my things this summer, probably early summer, I am going to have a yard sale. I need to not downsize. I need to declutter, and I'm thinking that most of the proceeds, if not all of them, I'm going to give to Helping Hands, and that'll be my contribution. I can't do anything right now, but my time. But I'm looking, and there's like I've seen little things. I got stuff piling up here that I was going to take to Goodwill, and I was like, you know what? No, have a yard sale. I did a couple last year, but do a yard sale, and however much it is, I'll donate it to Helping Hands.
There
So that's
you go.
about it. If somebody wants to do a yard sale and a bake sale and donate. Or if I make barbecues working. I know one time we did a yard sale. We also cooked hot dogs, and that smell just attracts people. And sell the hot dogs for $1 or $1.50 like Costco. Hey,
I tell you, the $1.50 Costco dog's a good dog.
I haven't tried it. I never had the food in Costco. I've been there.
They're an all beef dog. Yeah, they're good.
I've been to, there's one about an hour away from me, and I've been there maybe 3 times. Never long enough.
I was there today. Went shopping, picked up my rotisserie chicken. I bring it home. I debone it. That's why I was late. I was deboning chicken.
That's what
And then I couldn't get the computer to sign in.
it's all like rotisserie chickens. But the Costco here, it's $7.99.
Yeah, it's $4.99 each chicken here.
And there's no Costco across the border here. It's a Sam's Club. I don't know where the nearest Costco is.
Sam's Club has chicken too. I don't know what their price is.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up because the summer I'm going pet sitting for my cousin.
It'd be really nice if Costco and Sam's Club would sponsor Helping Hands for Cruise.
Right. I'm trying to think around here too. Like, what else? Where else can I?
Really, if they would just donate half the money I give for chicken a year, that would be a pretty good donation.
Right. I have my business cards. I've been trying to think who around here that be good to approach. Because they're, well, that's a US thing. Well, we haven't put a Canadian recipient on yet. That's just a yet. Because the cruises around here, the Viking Polaris that just went under the bridge last week, they start at $10,000 or $11,000 for a cruise. So, yeah, we're not putting anybody on cruises up here. The nearest would be, say, New York or Baltimore or whatever. But I don't want a recipient getting stuck going, hey, you want to go on a nice warm cruise? Oh, suddenly you're rerouted to Canada. Because it can be cold and wet any time of year out in the East Coast. So.
Yeah, I'm on the West Coast. It's pretty nice over here. And we got everything over here. We got Disney. We got all the other ones. The port in LA is huge. Port in Long Beach. Well, Port in Long Beach has the Disney. And somebody else stops there too. I think it's Carnival stops there.
I know.
So there's either Disney's always there or Carnival's always there.
Was it Carnival? There might be others that they do like down to Ensenada and stuff like that. I'm like, I like Mexico, but I've been to a couple ports. I like all the other islands of the Caribbean. I want to check out too. So I'm looking forward to hearing what's.
And where's the 2028 one going? It's leaving Port Canaveral and it's going down the Bahamas?
We're looking at, it's going to depend on what the itinerary are for the NCL ships that are out of Port Canaveral. Hoping on something that
it's not a short cruise, though. It's like a 10-day cruise or 12-day cruise or something.
No, it'll be an 8-day, probably at the most. As far as I know, I don't know. We got to wait till probably late summer, early fall to find out what the itinerary is, because they don't put them out until like 18 to 24 months ahead of.
Did they say which ship it was going to be?
We don't know yet. All we know is NCL, and they're talking out of Port Canaveral. Don't know the ship.
That would be neat if it was the Aurora or Aura.
I've been checking out all the NCL ships, just watching videos or whatever. The new ones you don't really see much until they start sending them over.
Until they go into service, yeah.
Until usually the media and some of the bigger known cruise channels or something will get a big 3 or 4 day cruise, or some people do the transatlantic crossing too, but we won't know until probably close to August, September, because the only have
even the transatlantic's only like 7-10 days, isn't it? Or are they doing it shorter than that now?
I am not sure. That's a lot of sea days in a row, and just going from point A to point B. I don't know.
Chris is saying that they're looking at a minimum of 10 first responders, gold stars, and vets for the 2028 cruise, and he said that's about $50,000 needed for 10 recipients.
Because, we pay for your cruise, we pay for your flight, we pay for travel insurance, we give you some spending money and your onboard credit, pay for the hotel. It all adds up, especially the cruise and flights. It's a big.
I didn't use my hotel or my onboard credit that much. I don't think I used half of it, and I don't know what happened to the other half. I guess it just gets absorbed back into the system.
I am not sure what NCL does. I know with Carnival, if you had more than $10 left in your account, they mailed you a check. If you had less than $10, it got donated to St. Jude, which is the charity they support. But the funny thing was, I think the first cruise with Carnival I had, I don't know, it was $1 something. I know it was less than $10, but I think it was even down to like $1 something, whatever left. Okay, fine. Because at the end of the Carnival cruises, the last day, they do Groove for St. Jude. And for a certain amount donation, you can get a t-shirt. And for a larger donation, I think it was like, at the time, it was like $15 or something for the t-shirt. And for $28, you could get this stuffed Carnival bear. I didn't have that much left. I thought, oh, dang, if I had known that, I would have saved some of my onboard credit for that. And then when I was on the breeze with Roxanne, I made sure I saved enough to get a t-shirt. And it's like, okay. I think I had $16 left in my account. It was $15 for that. So I figured, and the other $1 can go to St. Jude as well. Be darned if 4 weeks later I didn't get a check in the mail for $16 and change. So somebody goofed there and didn't put the charge for the t-shirt on my thing. So I ended up getting a free t-shirt from St. Jude, or for group for St. Jude.
I just found the little purple duck that Chris gave me.
I got one of those. Those were cool.
It says making dreams a reality. This is a helping hands for cruising duck.
Those were 3D printed. And I know there was a couple bigger ones, but I think they were auctioned off at one of the were donated for something, I think, on one of the cruise-a-thons or something. I can't remember the big ones. Yeah, Lana gave each of us a handful of them to hide or whatever.
And then during my duck searches, I found the cow duck.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, it's not. Why are you not doing it?
Got it there. It's cute.
And it says it's from Avery, Lexi, and Aviona from Orlando, Florida. And they were on the Encore cruise. It came with a little kind of Christmassy looking bib
That's
that was on the cow. And so the bib the bib survived. The bib survived the journey. Whoops.
I put on little tags on the ones I had brought, and then Lana gave us, I think maybe 4 or 5 to hide. I kept one for myself.
Yeah, I just found the one, and then Chris gave me the other one. So I had 2 ducks.
Well, we were outside the
So 2 ducks, a drumstick, and somewhere around here I have
guitar pick.
a guitar pick, but I'm not quite sure where it's gotten off to. I thought it was right here, but
Yeah, I was keeping my eyes open for ducks, and Alana has that one on the ledge or just outside the door of the Cavern Club, and I think it was the wine bar that was across from that. And I just kind of stand there. I forget why we're hanging out there, and it was like the first day or something. And I turn around and I see this little keychain with a duck on it over by the wine bar. I think, oh, cool! I found a duck, and I will go to pick it up. I look at the tag on it. It was from Roxy. She's like, I don't know who this person is. I only think I found a couple little ones. Yeah, then I got another little yellow one, just a plain one that's only about an inch tall. But I was at the Dollar Tree or something. Dollar Tree here about a month after the cruise, and I happened to see ducks, and I'm like, I'm starting to stock up now. In fact, I probably got a dozen ducks already. Put away with my other cruise stuff. I usually just make a label because, you found a duck, blah, blah, blah. And on the other side, I stick my channel sticker because it's only about that big, and then I attach them.
Oh, it just occurred to me that Chris has access to the portable station I just built. And I built a portable station, and I needed a little backpack that I could hold the radio in. And the only little backpack I had was the Helping Hand for Cruising backpack that somebody sent me.
Oh, right.
So I've added that to my portable rig. And so when I'm out portable, I'm actually advertising for HH4C. I just went to my secret page. So there's a page of every ham radio operator in the world. There's a website where we're all listed.
All right.
But you have to be an amateur radio operator to get into the page. So you can't just go there and look up people. But once you're licensed, you can go. So anyway, Chris can see how I put my HH4C backpack to use. Anyway, I'm telling on myself there a little bit.
Well, you ended up with that backpack as that was a draw on, I think, my channel. And then okay. I drew the name. I think it was Carnival Cruise Addicts, and I said, he goes, give that to somebody. I was like, well, are you okay if I give it to Dan? And she said, oh, sure. So that's how you ended up with a HH4C backpack.
Yes, and that was a little bit of a debacle because the first backpack
never made it.
Got sent to the cosmos and was not recoverable.
A number got transposed or
one or two of the numbers got mixed up and it went to somewhere
I don't
else
know.
in the universe. But then we got it straightened out, and then that's the backpack I received, and now it's in service to the community.
What color did you get?
Red.
Red. That's what I have. I like the red.
I like the red because it's a standout color. That way, if I use it, people can see it. Because I'm usually riding my bike, so even my bike backpack is red. And then I have all my high vis stuff and my safety vest and all that jazz. Bright colors, lots of lights.
I got the red and it came in blue or gray. Well, I like the shade of blue, but the problem with the blue is that the logo doesn't really pop on it as it does on the red or the gray. So
Red or black. Red or black. That way you can do contrasting colors much easier.
yeah,
You can
mine's
do
hanging.
white on the red. You can do white on the black. That way you don't have to change the thread on the embroidery.
Mine's hanging on my closet door. I go between that and I have a Canada one that I bought before the Breeze cruise because I had enough pockets and I had the pocket for the computer and all that. But I used the Helping Hands one for the last cruise, and I'll use it for the next cruise. So we got about 13 minutes, and then Scotty J will be coming up. I put his link in the chat there. If you're in here and you still want to make a donation, the link's going across the bottom of the screen. It's in the description, and it's also at the top of the chat, pinned to the top of the chat. Every little bit helps, so we can put people like Dan and Roxy and Kenny and Gabby and Scott and Amber and Cindy and James. Why is that always a mouthful when I come to the ones that were on the parade? Trying to remember couples' names. But even our conversations tonight is giving me stuff to think about because I talked earlier with Kenny about travel insurance, and we were just talking about passports. Well, right, I got to get my passport done before. So I'm going to remember. I'm going to look into our CAA here, which is like AAA in the States. What it's going to cost, what it costs for a 1-year membership. Even though I don't have a vehicle, there's other kind of perks over there because they got travel stuff. And before, when I had my membership, I got my passport photo done for free over there, and I get a discount on my travel insurance. But I want to look into what's included in there because I want to make sure I got good travel insurance. So that's my thoughts. If I get the membership later in 2027, then I can use it for the passport photo, and I'll still have the yearly membership up until hopefully after the cruise, and then I can use it for travel insurance discount. There was perks to that. Plus, they have all kinds of travel stuff over there. And then you might need the plugs and different things. Or to find out more information on NCL cruises and not use them, but give me some information.
The whole thing was a wonderful experience for me. I mean, I really liked. God, it's one of those things I liked probably 95% of the experience. And the negative aspects of the experience were the flights were weird because the government canceled my original flight. If I'd have had my original flight, I wouldn't have had a problem at all.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it wasn't anybody's fault that it got mixed up, but it did. And boy, it sure complicated things. Yeah, and I feel bad for Bruce having to try to piece together some kind of travel plans when travel was all but obliterated.
I was just thankful ours didn't change, but we were worried about. But it's like, well, heck, it comes down to it. We find a vehicle. There's two of us that can drive. You drive part of it. I drive the other part.
I told Bruce the same thing. I said, look, if it's not possible, if you guys, will give me the money to rent the car and pay for the fuel, I could drive there. I could probably drive there in 3 days.
I know I could drive here to Daytona. And we drove.
Well,
We got up
I'm
here.
thinking about it. That would be cutting it pretty short. Maybe 4 days. I'd have to sleep sometime.
I went
I could
here
probably
today.
drive.
We got up at like 4 or 5 a.m. and we drove pretty close to straight through till dinner time. We stopped just grab lunch for pee breaks, and we got to Atlanta like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. It was like 12 hours, more than 12 hours of driving, and then got up the next day and drove from Atlanta down to Daytona. So it would be another, I don't know, probably 4 hours or so past that. It would have taken close to almost 2 days. So, and who wants to be traveling down through the States on Thanksgiving?
Well,
on your Thanksgiving, but yeah, that's the only, that was kind of, I wish it had been not been planned around Thanksgiving, but not much we could do about it. It was previously booked.
it just so happened that that's when the travel opened up.
And then the thing with the communication on the ship, that was disappointing because, like, I know it doesn't work real well on Carnival, but the Carnival hub was like $5 for the whole cruise, and they had done away with what their cheap thing on NCL is like. Well, if you want to do whatever, you're going to need the basic, the very very basic internet thing, and that's like what was it, $25-$30 or something.
I think it was 35 or 39 for the 6 days or something.
That's crazy.
It was $5 a day. It was $5 a day times the 6 days, so I think it was $35 or $39, something like that. With whatever, I just had them take it off the ship credit.
Yeah, well, you had lots of onboard credit because you had what we gave.
I think it was $150 or something for the onboard credit.
I think we gave you some, and I think there was a little bit for the room, anyways, through the booking, the group booking thing.
Yeah, so I did the small internet package with texting. That actually saved a lot of grief. Just having communication. Night, Chris.
Night, Chris.
He's gonna go to the other. And Chris, let's catch up on one of the other things. We'll talk on Messenger or something and get synchronized.
We got about 7 minutes. Yeah, that was. But then Crystal, my roommate, had the.
She had the full internet package.
Yeah,
and she told me that if I had anything I absolutely needed to do that couldn't do, to let her know. But I never had any crisis or emergency to bother her with anything.
She had the full thing, and it was like she was communicating with everybody and just said to me, okay, we got to be here, or so and so's looking for us, or we got to meet so and so somewhere. So I was like, okay, let's go.
That's the best way to do it. What's going on? Oh, we're going over here. Okay, see you in a minute. Yeah. Be there when I get there.
Oh, so and so's gonna want to meet us for lunch at the buffet. Okay, we'll meet them because we usually sat down near the bow of the ship after we got our food because it was just easy because I knew Sean's family usually sat in a certain area and we usually sat over a little farther, so we always kind of said, "Oh, there they are." So we knew where to find each other. And yeah, we'll meet you where we usually meet you, or we're gonna meet you in the observation lounge. I love the observation lounge. That was a very cool place just to hang out, and
it was
quiet.
I would hang out there a little bit. A place that I found that I truly enjoyed was on deck 6 in the back of the ship, right where the elevators were. When you come off the elevators and it kind of went to that first, I forgot whatever that bar was right there. And there were sofas in each corner of that kind of area. And I would just take over one of the sofas and I would just sit there. And in that area, they were playing light jazz. And I would just sit there and I would just relax. I would just listen to the music and just relax. and I got a bit of a reputation there. All the bartenders started calling me the Godfather because I was the guy. I was the guy that took over the sofa.
Deck 6 was back there. Wasn't that where the ship model was? Back
No,
past
not on that. I don't think it was on deck 6. Oh, maybe it was.
I lost track of which deck is which. I also found it weird that on that ship, and I noticed on
Deck
the other,
6 is where all the administrative stuff was, the internet and the thing and the screen in the middle and everything. Yeah, it was.
No, I was saying
it was the business deck.
I found it weird because most ships have their medical down like deck 1. That was weird to reveal NCL, and I watched some other NCL videos and stuff like ours was on deck 13.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's a weird place. And then our cabin was, you get off the elevators and the medical center was here. We had to go around down this hallway ways, and then it kind of curved and it went straight. And also this other little hallway went off.
Yeah, I was on deck 13 as well, but I was back by the back elevators.
It was interesting.
It was.
But I did like.
I'm thinking we need to go because everybody's got 2.5 minutes to go to the other event.
Yep. But thanks for coming up, Dan.
Yeah. No, it's been great. It's been great
talking to you and catching up, and
yeah, it's nice to hang out for a couple hours and just share. Yeah, it's been good. I don't know if anybody's left in the chat. I don't see the.
No, there's 4 people lurking according to my little thing up.
Hi, 4 people. Bye, 4 people.
Thanks for coming in, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me share all my weird stuff.
My closing. I had done a little. Where my questions down. From my heart, thank you for joining us, for listening, and for caring. This means more than you know to those whose lives we're here trying to change or trying to touch. Together with your support, we're making something good happen.
Yeah. Well, that sounded wonderful. All right. Where's the out button? Is it this red thing down here?
Yeah. It's the orange thing that says Leave Studio.
Leave Studio. All right. Until next time. Bye for now.
Thanks, Dan. Bye, y'all.